blackjack, poker, and more. Enjoy Century Bar and Grill's flavorful menu for lunch or late night dinners. Watch your favorite teams and catch up with friends on game days. Unwind and enjoy live music and crafted cocktails at Ray's Lounge. Easy parking and access, Hollywood Park Casino, located next door to the Forum and SoFi Stadium. Park, party, and play. Hollywood Park Casino. Elevate your game.
Must be 21 and older to enter. These are approved DOJ games. Geico 004527. Geico 003871.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Just as every point matters, every detail counts in our meticulously crafted vehicles. Experience luxury at the top of its game. Welcome to Cadillac of Beverly Hills, the #1 Cadillac dealer in the Western region for the 3rd year in a row. Come and check out the incredible selection of new and pre-owned vehicles today at our showroom, 8767 Wilshire Boulevard in Beverly Hills, and at CadillacBeverlyHills.com.
This college football season, 710 ESPN and the all-new ESPN LA app is your home for USC football. Never miss a moment. Download the all-new ESPN LA app today. Just search ESPN LA in your app store or Google Play. Download, tap, bam!
Progressive presents Renter's MVP's Most Valuable Possessions. Today's MVP, Joe Fallon's bedroom mini fridge. Sure, this pint-sized chiller's max capacity is 3 soda cans, but what it lacks in stature, it makes up in cooling strength. Each beverage a perfect 37 degrees every time. And the 2 feet Joe walks to get a drink, priceless. That's why his mini fridge is today's MVP. Keep your most valuable possessions protected by bundling your renters and auto insurance with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
Step into the batter's box for BetMGM's Swing for the Fences free-to-play game. Pick an area of the strike zone and take your best swing. If you get a single, double, triple, or home run, you'll receive a prize. Smash a home run to collect a bonus bet on us. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to gamble responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only. This U.S. promotional offer not available in Mississippi, Nevada, Ontario, or Puerto Rico. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Available in the U.S. For New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. For Arizona, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. For Massachusetts, 1-800-327-5050. For Iowa, 1-800-BETS-OFF. For Puerto Rico, 1-800-911-0023. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards vary depending on market. Expired 24 hours from issuance. In partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel.
ESPN 710 Los Angeles Sports.
And it is the biggest show on the radio. Mason and Ireland is on for your Wednesday afternoon.
I don't know where these sounds are coming from. Everybody's on my nerves today. Everybody's on my nerves.
Are you going to sit there and just take it?
Let's get to it. Your Wednesday afternoon. Mason and Ireland right now.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's going on, people? It is the day before the start of the NFL season. How about that? Bring it on. Got a lot of NFL stuff today. Got some USC stuff. Dodgers last night win in extras over the Angels. Shohei Ohtani, RBI triple in that game. I watched part of it. I didn't see all of it.
All right. The Angels brought a guy in at the end of that game.
Yeah.
Ben Joyce
can throw.
All right. I'm not exaggerating. One of his pitches was clocked at 106. Have you guys ever heard of that? 106?
No. Here's what I know, because I read about it today. I did not see him throw last night. But they report the number at 105.5. It is the fastest strike ever thrown. Aroldis Chapman has 2 pitches faster in history, but both were balls. So that is the fastest strike that has ever been thrown in Major League Baseball.
Yep, that is absolutely right. And Ben Joyce, he was doing it consistently. He had a 105.5. He was 104.2 against Will Smith. He was so fast.
Yeah, impressive.
But it wasn't good enough.
No, not good enough. So, and Mookie, boy, Bergman gave me this stat today. Mookie comes up, in the 10th inning and does his thing. Mookie Betts, with runners in scoring position and 2 outs this year, is batting .438. He's 14 of 32 with runners in scoring position and 2 outs. There is nothing more clutchy than that. He's batting .438 in those critical moments.
I think, had he not hurt his hand, that they would be battling each other for the MVP. Has that ever happened before where 2 guys on the same team have battled each other for the MVP? Maybe Maris and Mantle, if you want to go way back.
No, there have been 2 top 5. Like, I think Freddie and Mookie went both top 5 at one point, but not like head to head.
They went top 4. So
top
it was
4?
it was Acuna, Mookie, Freddie, and Olsen were top 4, both from the same team.
Right.
So
that's right. So 2 from the same team. And
2 from the same team were battling last year.
So that's about as close as you get. I can't think of a 1-2 where somebody from the team finished 1, somebody from the team finished 2. But that's a good example of 2 dominant players on each team.
Jim Rice and Fred Lynn finished 1-2 in Rookie of the Year balloting, but I don't know if it's ever happened for MVP.
Fred Lynn.
Somebody will tell us.
Did Fred Lynn? That was a weird season too. Fred Lynn, just on a random because he didn't win the batting title with a really low number.
I can't remember, but I know they both had monster rookie years.
Oh yeah, both great players. So I wanted to tell this story. There are people around here that are working out and trying to hold each other accountable. So DeMarco is big on this accountability text thing. And he doesn't seem to know where to send his videos of him walking.
All over the place.
They go everywhere. And so I look at my text this morning, and there's a text from DeMarco Far. It's him walking this morning at 5 a.m. I look who else is on the text. It's Ron Mitchell, who's one of our MCs, and Alex Michelson from Channel 11. I'm like, are you kidding me? You're sending walking videos to Alex Michelson at 5 a.m. Come on, DeMarco.
Alex is awake at that time, right?
I know. They broke into programming to bring DeMarco walking live.
Did they just go shoot him while he's
exactly?
He was on FaceTime.
Yeah. So DeMarco needs to figure that out because I don't think Alex needs to know every time DeMarco goes for a walk.
Maybe he does. Maybe he enjoys it.
Maybe he's enjoying it. Exactly. So Ireland tonight is our fantasy football draft.
Yeah. You ready?
I am going to attempt something that's never been done before.
Which is?
Well, I can't tell you everything right off the bat. I will tell you this. The Caleb Williams strategy is still a possibility.
Okay.
But it all changed when I realized I was not nearly as good in our league last year as I thought I was. What are you picking, John?
8th.
So I'm picking 3rd.
Yeah, so you were back to last place.
I was terrible last. I mean, not dead last, but close to last. And that means there are 3 players that'll go top 3, I think, in virtually every fantasy league. And that would be Christian McCaffrey, CeeDee Lamb, and Tyreek Hill. Do you think I should venture out of those 3 if I'm going to make the 3rd pick in the draft? Is there somebody else you like that goes beyond Tyreek Hill, CeeDee Lamb, and Christian McCaffrey?
You can't go wrong taking any of those guys.
Right.
I wouldn't. I love Tyreek Hill. I love Christian McCaffrey. CeeDee Lamb.
CeeDee Lamb, most people have number 2.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd take him. I don't know how good the Cowboys are going to be this year. Who do you think wins that division?
Eagles. I think the Eagles will bounce back from a terrible second half of the season last year. What do you think?
I think Cowboys maybe.
Yeah, I mean, Cowboys, it's funny.
They win the division every year, and then they flame out in the playoffs.
Would you pay Dak $60 million a year?
I would not.
What if the Raiders stepped in, the Cowboys decided we're not in the Dak business, and the Raiders stepped in and said, okay, we'll give Dak $60 million a year. Would you like that?
Yes, because anything would be better than what we have now.
Right. So next year, I think the Raiders will have a new quarterback, and I don't know if it's going to be I don't know if it's going to be Dak. I don't know if it's going to be Shedeur Sanders. It could be Carson Beck from Georgia. I saw Mel Kiper has, and a couple of people, Todd McShay, have Carson Beck as the number 1 pick in the draft, and Shedeur Sanders at number 4, Travis Hunter at number 5. That's kind of where at least the early draft boards are. But I think the Raiders are going to go in and get a quarterback, and I contend that this is a complete rebuild year. I want to play something that is this? Oh, yeah, Russo. Okay. So Chris Russo was talking about Dak. I want you to listen to this and tell me if he gets really cold and mean at the end.
I don't understand this. Give me the guy's name who had the quote. Who is it? I mean, it's not a negative quote. It's a positive quote.
Executive.
Unnamed executive. He said good things about Prescott.
That's a long clip. Here's a short clip.
Because the man's 82 years of age.
Jerry.
He's not going to pay him until he proves he can win a Super Bowl with him.
He's only 82?
I think he's 82.
Molly. Oh,
yeah, make it
younger than I thought.
He's not 40.
Jerry Jones? Jerry Jones?
Yeah.
82 is not young.
82 is young.
No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not.
It's not young, Molly.
Not young. You could go any day at 82. So
okay, can we take it down a notch?
Well, it's true.
mean, I'd like to speak life into people.
It's true.
Okay.
It's true. 82.
Is that cold?
By the way, Russo's right. What is wrong with Molly?
Well, I mean, 82 is the new 72.
Yeah.
Isn't that an official Like,
No.
I'm hesitant on this because my mom is exactly 82.
My mom's 85, and she's thankful for every day she gets now.
Yeah, I mean, my mom's still chugging along. She's not going anywhere. So I think 82 is the new 72. I think that Jerry can be around for a while. But I thought it was kind of cold that he brought up. Who knows if Jerry's going to be here. All right, coming up next for you, let me see. Where do we start today?
I got some news for you, too.
You've got news? You want to hold it, or is it
breaking? I can tell you about it right now.
Do it.
So at around 2 o'clock today, Coach Shawn McVey is going to be joining us
Beautiful.
for his weekly call-in.
Awesome. So that means we've got Coach Shawn McVey at 2 and Kevin Demoff at 3. Pretty good. Pretty good. So make sure you're around for that. And coming up next for you, John, which NFL teams this year are going to surprise in a bad way? There has been a survey of NFL executives, and we'll talk about who those teams are next. In the meantime, so the thing I love about my Hyundai Elantra hybrid is that even though I'm saving money on gas, and I definitely am, I'm getting 48, 50 miles per gallon, I also have this button I can hit, the sport button, and then I can just like zoom. I mean, just you hit the sport button, all the dashboard goes to red, and you can just go. So it's a hybrid, but it's also got some go to it. And with next level tech and safety features, all the Hyundai cars and SUVs give you confidence to boldly journey wherever life takes you. Advantages include the exclusive digital key and available remote smart parking assist. And they want the road ahead to be as worry-free as possible, so you also get complimentary maintenance for 3 years or 36,000 miles and 10 years of America's best warranty. In a brand new Hyundai, there's joy in every journey. Do like I did. Get out there. Visit HyundaiUSA.com or see your SoCal Hyundai dealer today. Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Sedano and Cap for your afternoon drive.
The fun way to drive home on 710.
The line for Sedano's unit is all smooth purple, and Cap's got
I figured it would. I've never known it to be specific, but I figured it would be smooth purple.
I can confirm.
I'll show you a picture.
Well, the fact that you have a picture is also concerning.
Oh, Jesus.
The LA Afternoon Takeover with Sedano and Cap. Today at 4 p.m.
on 710 ESPN.
Hey kids, Uncle Artie here from Peria Law, here to tell you about a newer sponsorship deal with Matt Barnes, who has deep LA roots, former Bruin and pro basketball player for both LA teams.
If you're looking for the best possible results after an accident, call my guy, Uncle Artie, at Peria Law. And there's never any upfront fees. They collect when you collect. And for the record, their win-loss record puts them in the top of the standings. That's 844-DIAL-UNC. That's 844-DIAL-UNC.
Get ready, LA. The LA Bowl, hosted by Gronk, is back at SoFi Stadium on December 18th at 6 p.m. Be there as the Mountain West top team goes head-to-head with the former Pac-12 contender in a showdown you won't want to miss. Tickets and premium suites are on sale now. Don't miss out on your chance to be a part of the action. Visit LABowlGame.com to secure your seats today. That's LABowlGame.com.
Play your perfect combination at Pachanka Resort Casino, official partner of USC Athletics. See for yourself what made readers of Newsweek and USA Today name Pachanka the best casino outside of Las Vegas. When you're a guest at Pachanka, you're treated to world-class resort amenities, exceptional entertainment, dining, spa, and golf, and of course, 24/7 gaming excitement. The immense casino floor and 1,100 rooms and suites makes Pachanka one of the largest in the country. Skip the traffic and head for Pachanka Resort Casino, just off I-15 in Temecula. Visit Pachanka.com. Call 888-PACHANKA for reservations or more information.
Warning, the following ZipRecruiter radio spot you are about to hear is going to be filled with F words.
When you're hiring, we at ZipRecruiter know you can feel frustrated, forlorn even, like your efforts are futile, And you can spend a fortune trying to find fabulous people, only to get flooded with candidates who are just fine. Fortunately, ZipRecruiter figured out how to fix all of that. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. With ZipRecruiter, you can forget your frustrations because we find the right people for your roles fast, which is our absolute favorite F word. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day.
Fantastic.
So, whether you need to hire 4, 40, or 400 people, get ready to meet first-rate talent. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. Don't forget, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free. Finally, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
And it is Mason and Ireland on 710 ESPN, the OGs of LA Sports Radio. We're here each weekday, 1 to 4 p.m. for your afternoon. Sandwiched between Travis and Sliwa and Sedano and Cap. Mason and Ireland continues now.
So, I won't say bad news, but shaky news. Yesterday, I did 31 push-ups.
Were you shaky?
I was very shaky at the end.
Like what?
Shaky and saggy.
So I figure that the live audience will buy you 5 to 6 more. So that's 37. So you only need to, over the next few days, you only need to work a little bit harder and you'll get there.
I think I'm going to do today, but I don't think I should do anything tomorrow, right?
Well, ask
day of rest.
Ask the trainer.
Oh yeah, no, I'll ask Steve Zim, trainer to the stars, and me.
Want to try out in one of the breaks? Just do 40 push-ups. You and I just do bang, bang, bang.
We can
Greg,
try
you
it.
Could do 40,
I can do 40.
Can you do 40?
I think I can get close.
Yeah, we'll do it. Bang, bang, bang. We'll do it coming up.
Bang, bang, bang.
Bang, bang, bang. Hey, Bergen, what do you got?
So join ESPN LA at Hollywood Park Casino in the Rays Lounge for a Hispanic Heritage Month celebration on Wednesday, September 11th. Sedano and Cap will be broadcasting live from 3 to 6 p.m. Then starting at 6:30 p.m., George Sedano will speak with the Hall of Fame Spanish language voice of the Dodgers, Jaime Herrin. Then at 7 p.m., our very own Mario Ruiz will speak with LAFC defenseman Ilie Sanchez. Call 877-710-3776 right now, and caller 7 and 10 will win a pair of VIP passes. Or you can go to ESPNLA.com for more information. Park Party and Play at Hollywood Park Casino, LA's premier card room. Must be 21 and older to enter. Elevate your game at Hollywood Park Casino.
All right, there you have that. And let me see here, Ireland. I have got a list based on a survey of 27 NFL executives and scouts.
Okay.
The 3 teams that will surprise... Actually, I've got the top 5. Top 5 teams that will surprise in a bad way this year.
Okay, can I guess one?
Yeah, please.
Dallas.
Dallas is number 1, 9 votes of the 27. So Dallas
they didn't do anything.
Yeah, they did
go out
nothing.
And get anybody.
And Dak, I'm sure, is salty, and I think they are bound to disappoint. Who do you think else is on that list?
All right, let me think. I'm going to say not the Niners. Are the Raiders on there?
No, because I think the Raiders' expectations are so low they didn't even make this list.
Okay.
They can't surprise in a bad way because we already know they're bad.
Yeah, that's true. So my next guess would maybe be Buffalo.
Buffalo's number 3. Yeah, right there. Possible disappointment. This for me is the year I'm rooting for Josh Allen to get over the top.
Yeah, they took away all his receivers though, which is why I think Gabe Davis left and Stephon Diggs left.
But they got that rookie Keon. Is it Keon Coleman?
Coleman. Yeah.
Keon Coleman, who is going to be their guy now.
But I don't know who the other 3 would be. Let me think for a second. Maybe New Orleans?
No, because I think, again, expectations low in New Orleans.
Yeah, then I don't know.
The Miami Dolphins are number 2.
I disagree.
You're high on the Dolphins?
Miami to win that division.
Okay. Buffalo is 3. Much to the chagrin of Mike Greenberg, our new teammate. The Jets are number 4.
Oh, the Jets I should have got.
And the Niners are number 5.
Disagree.
We'll
I
see.
think the Niners are going to be good.
It's hard, by the way, if you look at Super Bowl hangover. There is something to be said for the Super Bowl hangover for the losing team. It just is a thing statistically. It's gone on for years, and the numbers are there. to support a stepping back for the Niners
Well, I'm
this year.
picking
I hope
the Niners
so.
to win the NFC West, aren't you?
No,
You're picking the Rams?
I am picking the Rams.
I hope you're right.
Yeah, I think the Rams can win the division. I think San Francisco will take a step back last year.
I have a ton of respect for Kyle Shanahan.
Oh, me too. He's a great coach.
He's the only guy that when McVay gets into a game, I think it's an even fight. You know, everybody else, I think McVay probably has the upper hand, but against Shanahan, I think that's even. Don't you?
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. By the way, the Niners, the loser of the Super Bowl, has had a tough time getting over its hangover in week 1. This is something if you're going to bet Monday Night Football. Super Bowl losers are 10-14 straight up and 5-19 against the spread over the last 25 years. So they're favored by, I think they're favored by a field goal. Does that sound right? Niners by a field goal?
I would have thought
3.5.
You know, I'm good at this, and I would have put the Niners up by probably 5.5.
Would you?
It's only 3.5? Because you get 3 for home field.
3 for home field.
So
let me just.
They're looking at that stat you just read that a team that loses the Super Bowl often comes out flat. But I would have made that spread 5.5.
Or maybe I got the number wrong and it's -6.5. That's the other possibility.
Did you just look it up?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Now, here's a harder one to predict, and I don't know. Do you have the spreads in front of you?
I do.
Okay. See, the Rams at Detroit feels like 3.5 to me.
That is 3.5. Detroit -3.5.
Yeah. So what I would say is those two teams are even. Detroit gets 3 for being at home, and since they won the last game, you throw in a half.
Right.
So that's our now the biggest spread I would think would be, and again I haven't seen it, would be New England at Cincinnati. Just tell me if that's the biggest spread, the highest number.
Looking.
It's either that or Buffalo at home against Arizona.
Interestingly, it appears to be San Francisco -6.5. I don't think there's another number bigger.
Look at Cincinnati. There's no way Cincinnati's not more than 7.
It was 6.5 yesterday.
No, it's
Cincinnati. Cincinnati's -7.5, and the Niners are -6.5. But there are no gigantic lines, double-digit lines.
I was going to say 8 for Cincinnati.
Yeah, Cincinnati, I think, is the smart survivor pick this week, although everybody's going to be on it. And if Cincinnati were to lose that game, it would just wipe out survivor pools.
It opens up for everybody else.
Yeah.
But like somebody, Eric Schumann, who's one of our great listeners, sent me a long email today saying, don't take the obvious pick. Don't take the obvious pick. It's when you try and get too cute that you get eliminated.
Or when you say, I'm going to save them
or when you save people.
No.
I always try and take the obvious pick, and normally I last pretty deep.
Got to take this thing 1 week at a time.
Yep. And I never worry about, quote-unquote, saving a team.
Yeah, just win the week is all you got to do.
Survive and advance is what coaches would
Bergman, do you have a survivor pick yet?
Yep, I just picked it. I took Buffalo.
It
was either Buffalo or Cincinnati.
You're in with my mom, Greg. Yeah. My mom took Buffalo.
Brian?
I'm going to go with New Orleans against Carolina, baby.
Are you sure?
I'm sure. I
We're
looked
going
at
to give
some
you
of them.
a full 3 hours to rethink that.
I think I'm going to stick with it.
Just picking New Orleans in general is iffy.
It's more going against Carolina.
Against Carolina, yeah.
I get it.
I can see that.
I know the Bengals are usually terrible the first week or two to last 3 or 4 years.
Fair point. Yeah.
I was looking at that, but
they start off 0-2 like the last 3 years. Or
right.
Something
So
that's why I went Buffalo.
There's a little something.
Yeah.
There's a little something. All right. So Brian is on New Orleans.
Oh yeah, baby. Derek
By the way, you know what the line is for Chargers Raiders?
3.5.
Let me guess.
Yeah.
It's a Charger home game, right? Even though it'll feel like a Raider home game?
Yes.
Chargers by 4.
Chargers -2.5. There's some
you know what?
Raiders respect in there.
They're taking away the home field, yeah.
I'm gonna bet some mythical money on that deal.
On the Raiders?
No.
You're betting against your team?
We don't have a quarterback.
But why would you bet against your team?
You can't say we if you're betting against us.
What are you talking about? I'm gonna bet. Greg, you don't think I'm gonna bet against UCLA this year? You know, bad they are.
I wouldn't bet against USC.
I would never bet against UCLA.
Ever. I can't bet against my favorite teams.
Would you bet against the Lakers? Well, that's different.
No.
Yeah, exactly.
No, can't bet at all.
No.
Can't bet at all.
No. Quick answer, no.
No, but they pay me.
Right.
Yeah. UCLA doesn't pay me. The Raiders don't pay me. I have nothing to lose. I can pick with my head and not my heart.
Yeah, I just think there are ways to go where you don't bet against. Like even when the Rams had that 6-11 season, I was not betting against the Rams. I was still rooting for them to win every game, even though it meant nothing. I bet every other game, but I didn't bet the Rams game because I don't want to have my money against the Rams.
How would you guys bet the game tomorrow night? Baltimore at KC.
How would we
What's
bet
the spread
it?
in that game, Mace?
That line is Kansas City minus 2.5.
Okay. Well, how would you bet that?
I will take Kansas City minus 2.5.
See, I think Baltimore is in a prime position to upset them. Chiefs are going to be, they're going to raise the Super Bowl banner. It's going to be a big, remember Detroit went in there a couple of years ago?
By the way, when the Rams raised the Super Bowl banner, we got clocked by Buffalo on opening night.
Right.
So that's
I would lean Baltimore in that game.
Interesting. Which way do you go, Bergman?
I'm going with Baltimore in that one.
Baltimore for the upset.
Kansas City usually early on too struggles a little bit, like they did last year. So I like Baltimore in that game.
Okay.
Although I'm taking Kansas City to win the division and the Super Bowl.
Okay, yeah, we're going to do that coming up.
You are, Greg. You're picking them to win 3 in a row. You know that's never been done.
I do know, and it doesn't matter because I'm not picking against Mahomes.
There's probably a good rule.
It's a very good rule to follow in life. All right, coming up next, we're going to spin the wheel of questions. Ireland's got the wheel today. We'll do it next. Mason in Ireland, 710 ESPN.
All right, if you are hiring, you've got to use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter can help you find all of your candidates fast. How fast? 4 out of 5. 4 out of 5 employers who use ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within 1 day. My buddy Ian Siegel, who invented ZipRecruiter, puts it this way: we don't leave anything to chance. ZipRecruiter uses powerful matching technology to quickly find and send you the most qualified people for your roles. So speed up your hiring process with ZipRecruiter. See why 3.8 million businesses have come to ZipRecruiter for their hiring needs. Just go to that exclusive web address for free, ZipRecruiter.com/LA. You can use it for free, ZipRecruiter.com/LA. One more time. If you're hiring, go to this website. You can use it for free. You'll get qualified candidates quick. ZipRecruiter.com/LA. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
This is Rams Super Bowl champion DeMarco Far. You know I have quite the history at ESPN LA, going all the way back to the mid-2000s when I did that weekday show on the station. Then I escaped to St. Louis. Then I came back when the Rams came back. It's been amazing to be a part of the Rams broadcast team since 2016 and on the station sitting in for all the shows. But it's an honor to get to be a part of LA's mega sports station starting 5 days a week. Coming up on Monday. Don't miss the debut of the Travis and DeMarco Show on 710 ESPN. Monday, 9 a.m. Be there.
Hey, it's Travis. Accidents are devastating, and the recovery process is difficult to deal with. No one should have to face it alone. No insurance company's ever on your side. Anything you say to an insurance company can and will be used against you at any point throughout the process. Let me tell you about the law offices of Joseph S. Normand and his trusted team, and they'll treat you like family. That's why I called him when my son was in an accident. We called Joe, and he hit it out of the park. 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. That's 213-747-2000.
Park, party, and play at Hollywood Park Casino, LA's premier card room. Now open 24/7. Play no-bus blackjack, poker, and more. Enjoy Century Bar & Grill's flavorful menu for lunch or late-night dinners. Watch your favorite teams and catch up with friends on game days. Unwind and enjoy live music and crafted cocktails at Ray's Lounge. Easy parking and access, Hollywood Park Casino, located next door to the Forum and SoFi Stadium. Park, party, and play. Hollywood Park Casino. Elevate your game.
Must be 21 and older to enter. These are approved DOJ games. Geico 004527. Geico 003871.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. This college football season, 710 ESPN and the all-new ESPN LA app is your home for USC football. Never miss a moment. Download the all-new ESPN LA app today. Just search ESPN LA in your app store or Google Play. Download, tap, bam!
Hey guys, it's Cappy here, and I want to talk about my friend Avner Gat, a public adjuster. Now, many of you guys have asked me, why Avner Gat? What makes his team so unique at handling insurance claims? So let me tell you something. I've been working with Avner and his team for a while. I can tell you this. Avner Gat has a dynamic team that's highly effective and successful because these folks come from a very diverse background in the insurance industry. For example, some of them used to work for insurance companies before they joined Avner's team. Yes, they actually chose to switch sides when they realized the effectiveness of Avner's team's work. Some of them used to be in the restoration business, rebuilding homes after disasters. Some of them used to be in the contents handling business, moving homeowners' belongings to a safe place for restoration and storage. Some of them were experts in hazardous materials handling, like asbestos and lead testing. That was their daily work. And some of them were members of law firms handling bad faith claims and general business disputes. You see, diversification is the name of the game. When you are represented by Avner Gat's team, you have the entire team's experience and know-how by your side. No one, and I mean no one, messes with Avner Gat and his team. So call Avner Gat right now, 818-917-5256, 818-917-5256. That's AvnerGat.com, AVNERGAT, AvnerGat.com. When you call him directly, Avner Gat and his family, they take the calls themselves. Avner Gat says, hello.
We could try to explain what it feels like to get your work done on a John Deere. The way a Z-Track mower finishes in half the time you thought it would. Or how much easier it is to move mountains of soil with the 1 Series tractor. We could even go into detail about how it feels to tow up to 4,000 pounds behind a Gator XUV. But if you really want to know what it's like to run with us, you just have to get in the seat. Learn more at johndeere.com/get-in-the-seat or visit a dealer near you.
When your job demands more than just hard work, trust Timberland PRO, the brand that defines superior comfort, performance, and durability. Built on a legacy of craftsmanship, Timberland PRO provides boots and apparel that stand up to the toughest challenges. Our products are as resilient as the skilled men and women who wear them. From the workshop to the job site, Timberland PRO is there with you every step of the way, blending innovation with time-tested quality. Discover why professionals choose Timberland PRO. Always do, never done. Visit timberlandpro.com or your local Timberland PRO dealer.
And it is the biggest show on the radio, Mason and Ireland, here each weekday, 1 to 4 p.m. You know what it's time for?
What is this?
It's time for Wheel of Questions. Producer Brian Cohen, are you ready with that wheel? Hit it, Jack.
Okay, this is a good one.
Good.
Rolling Stone this week, our friend Alan Sepinwall, has ranked the top 100 television episodes ever.
Okay.
So think of all the shows you've enjoyed over your life. What's the best episode of television you have ever seen? For me, I'll go first while you guys are thinking about it. It comes down to 2, maybe 3. By the way, they picked Ozymandias, the penultimate episode to Breaking Bad, which is an excellent
Great choice. Great choice.
That you cannot go wrong with that. But to me, I think, and 2 of my choices come from the mind of Larry David.
Yeah, right.
And one of them doesn't. Here's the one that doesn't. The Red Wedding episode of Game of Thrones.
Dang it.
Yeah.
I watched by myself. Greg, is that yours?
It was mine.
No, you can still pick it.
You can still pick it.
It is so surprising that you have to go back and watch it again to realize what you just saw. They basically kill off 6 main characters all in one scene. And you don't see it coming.
No.
And it's like game on. Well, it's 20 years old. But that's one of them. Another one would be the Seinfeld episode, which was called The Contest.
Yeah, The Contest is great.
All right, so the contest is who can go the longest without pleasuring themselves.
Yep.
And it's brilliantly written. NBC didn't want Larry David to do it. He threatened to quit if they didn't let him do it. And it's iconic. And the most recent one for me is, did you guys see the episode of Curb where Larry figures out at the start of the episode, and he does, you never find out where he is politically,
right?
Like who he would support, but he finds out if you get one of those red MAGA hats,
yes,
that Make America Great Again, that you don't have to deal with any other people. For example, like Phil Rosenthal, the guy who created Everybody Loves Raymond, is bugging Larry to have lunch. And Larry doesn't like him, and he doesn't want to have lunch, but he finally can't figure out a way to say no. So Phil walks into the restaurant. Larry puts on the MAGA hat, and Phil goes, my son had an emergency. I got to go. A biker drives up to him, and he cuts off a motorcycle biker, and a guy rides up to him and goes, I'm going to kill you. And Larry puts the hat on, and the guy goes, sorry, man, it's okay. I mean, he knows that if he wears the hat, he's sitting at a counter.
Right.
At a lunch counter, and there's one available seat, and somebody goes, is this seat taken? And Larry puts on the hat, and he goes, "Why no? Have a seat." And they go, "That's okay, I'll wait." The hat is basically a way for you to not have to deal with others. So it would be one of those three: the contest, the MAGA hat episode, or probably, Greg, I'm with you, Red Wedding episode of Game of Thrones. Mace, what pops into your head?
Red Wedding is one that pops in right away. I even knew there was going to be a Red Wedding, and I still didn't see it coming because it didn't actually happen exactly at a wedding. It happened at a wedding reception, so I expected it at a wedding, and then all of a sudden at the reception, bam, all the main characters are gone.
And it all happens at the end. It's like the last 2 minutes of the entire thing.
Just like
so you're like, the episode's over.
Yeah.
What happened in this Red Wedding? And then boom, everyone's dead.
Final episode of Mad Men. I absolutely love.
Where he ends up at Esalen.
And comes up with the like to teach the world to sing thing, which is awesome. This is an oldie, but really, really goodie. Twilight Zone. There was an episode where they were the aliens came to Earth. And they were.
Is this Soylent Green?
Well, it's not Soylent Green, but you're close. It's not Soylent Green. So they come to Earth, and they seem very nice, and they're going to let people tour their planet. And they've got this book called How to Serve Man. And so you think, all right, they're really good. And then one guy figures out it's a cookbook. How to Serve Man is a cookbook. And that's the end of the episode, which I thought was great.
There was another Twilight Zone episode where this guy was like, all he wanted to do was read, and all of a sudden he got away from everybody. He was all by himself, and then his glasses broke right before he could actually sit down.
Oh,
and
that's
read.
right. I remember.
Yeah,
that was Burgess Meredith in that episode.
Amazing.
That was a great one.
Brian, how about you? What pops into your head?
I
Best
got
episode of television ever.
I got two. A different Game of Thrones episode, actually, is the one where Joffrey dies. I think it's like season 4, episode 2 or around there.
Eyes and stuff.
Oh, yeah. That, great. That whole wedding scene and then, choking. Oh, that one gets
where
me
he gets
every time.
poisoned.
Right. And they
I
think it's a little Tyrion,
By the way, big shout out to the Hodor episode, too.
Oh, that was a good one, too.
Battle of the Bastards.
Battle of the Bastards is great. Yeah, I mean, they've got a lot of them. Better Call Saul has got a couple, but Game of Thrones has a ton
Game of
them.
Thrones has a bunch. My other one I'd say is from The Office. Will Ferrell, special episodes. He's in there for 2-3 episodes, and it's Michael Scott's Last Dundies. Great episode.
And one last one I wanted to mention, because I think it is one of the best hours of television I've ever seen. And I have no idea if it's on the list with who wrote this? Alan Sepinwall?
Yeah. He's the one who put it together.
The Last of Us has an episode called Long, Long Time, which is the one with Nick Offerman. And it's sort of like a side trip away, and it's so moving. It is such a great episode. The Last of Us is just a great show, Ireland, that you should check out.
Okay. But it's fun when you go down his list. There's a lot of those shows that I never even watched. I never watched Parks and Rec. Did you guys?
Me either. No.
I love Parks and Rec.
There's some Arrested Development episodes in there. There's some Battlestar Galactica. There's some Frasier. There's a lot of. It's a very diverse list.
Yeah, somebody watched a lot of TV to be able to make a list like that. 100 greatest episodes of all time. It's in Rolling Stone. All right, so coming up next, we got Shawn McVey, head coach of our Los Angeles Rams. In the meantime, hey, Monday Night Football this week, live broadcast with Shadano and Cap. Commerce Casino, Monday Night Football all season long at Commerce Casino with Shadano and Cap. Got great drink specials, food specials, giveaways, bar games, all kinds of stuff. That's starting this Monday for Monday Night Football and all season long. Plus, if you're into some poker, the WSOP returns to the Commerce Casino and Hotel. Your chance to see how you stack up against some of the best poker players in the world. They're going to be at Commerce for a key stop on the WSOP Circuit Tour. Dates are November 13th through the 26th. Check the website for the tournament schedule and special player rates on hotel rooms. I'm telling you, this is the spot for Monday Night Football with Shadano and Cap. It's also the spot for poker. Commerce Casino, located at 6131 Telegraph Road in Commerce. For more information and a calendar of events, visit commercecasino.com. That's commercecasino.com, and I'll see all you guys at the Commerce.
Coming up today at 4 p.m.
It's the LA Afternoon Takeover with Sedano and Gap.
If you had to tell me I had to eat animal poop, I guess I would take a rabbit over anything.
Rabbit over a dog.
Rabbit's a good one.
Yeah. I mean, Lindsay, what about if this were Chewy?
Oh, you're really
What are
just
you
going.
asking?
You're just going for the home run today, aren't you?
What are you asking me?
God,
Are you asking me if I
such a
eat dog
gutless
poop? Because
bum.
the answer is no.
You just can't help
She's not
yourself.
eating Chewy's poop.
She's not. Okay.
Not even for a bet.
But you know what? Chewy does eat cat poop sometimes.
Ew.
Yeah, dogs do that.
I've seen dogs eat their poop, but not other
Oh no,
animals'
they
poops.
dogs like cat poop.
Cat poop, though, like at least like there's like a little crunch to it.
Ew,
You know what I mean?
cat.
No, it's got to like roll in a litter a little
I
bit.
mean, Cappy
for
was
that crunch.
into Coyote Pee at one point.
That's
wasn't
right.
he? Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
Cappy's into a lot of stuff that we don't want to talk about.
I mean, he was trying to get rid of, what were you trying to get
I was
rid
trying
of?
to get rid of my skunk.
Right, the skunk.
So
the
then you
coyote
spray
pee.
coyote pee.
Right.
Yeah.
Sedano and Cap every weekday after Mason in Ireland.
On 710 ESPN.
1-877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids. 1-877 Cards for Kids. Donate your card today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate your car today at carsforkids.org. Your car, running or not, can be picked up as soon as the next day. No title? No problem. Call 877-CARS-FOR-KIDS or go online at carsforkids.org to donate today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Paid for by Cars for Kids.
Hi, this is Shawn McVey of your LA Rams. The Rams play here. KSPN, Los Angeles.
710 ESPN.
A good karma brands radio station. It is Mason in Ireland on 710 ESPN. Don't get it twisted, yo. The most downloaded sports radio show in Los Angeles. The podcast, that is.
Mason in Ireland, the #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles. The #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles, and we thank all of our podcast listeners for that.
If you ever miss a moment, get your fill anytime. Just search Mason in Ireland wherever you get your podcast.
Whose house? This is the Rams' house.
And we are expecting Coach Shawn McVey to join us here in a minute. In the meantime, John, there is a new NFL hype video out. Have you seen it?
An NFL hype video.
In other words, the NFL put out a 29-second promo. Are you ready for the season?
I have not seen it.
Okay. Now, you would expect in 29 seconds Taylor Swift would appear in the promo, right?
Maybe.
How about she appears 5 times in a 29-second promo? Now, it's really quick cut, but 5 times in a 29-second promo, I think is overkill, don't you?
No, I don't. I would run toward it. You keep wanting to run away from her.
5 times in a 29-second? There have to be other celebrities that like football.
No, she's a one-woman economy. I mean, people love her. There are people that have never watched football that are watching football because of her.
5 times in a 29-second promo. Give me some more celebrities.
Wait a minute. They could show her 10 times, and you and I are still going to watch the games. They're going after her fans, and there are millions of them. I don't blame them at all. I would run towards Taylor Swift.
Okay, I don't mind Taylor Swift. I'm a big Taylor Swift fan. I've seen her in concert twice, but 5 times in a 29-second promo seems too many times for me. Nate Burleson from the CBS Morning News actually commented on this, and people like me who say 5 times is too many.
For all you guys that are in your feelings, give me my
Take
camera.
several seats.
Yeah,
Get the
Nate cam.
Several seats.
Get out of your feelings.
Sit
you
down.
upset? You're a little mad because Taylor Swift is in the promo. Who cares?
Yes. Nobody, Nate.
Wipe the drool off your tank top and put some pants on and get out your mama's basement.
Preach, Nate. Preach.
Oh.
Keep
I don't
going.
understand what the big deal is. All right, every other sport can show celebrities at their games. We show Taylor Swift.
problem.
You get in your feels.
Yes.
And get out of your feelings,
That's
man, and
right.
watch the game.
So he agrees with me.
Oh, he does. That's why I wanted to find somebody who disagreed with me. My point isn't so much that Taylor Swift obviously belongs in an NFL promo. She's done a lot for the game of football. She's attracted a lot of new fans. But there are also a lot of other celebrities that watch the NFL and go to NFL games and are huge NFL fans that could have found their way into the promo somehow. There's one clip of Dolly Parton in there. one
Dolly
quick
Parton.
clip of Dolly Parton wearing the Cowboys cheerleader uniform from last year.
Yeah, she looked great.
One
I don't
Dolly
know how
Parton,
old Dolly
5 Taylor
Parton is,
Swifts.
but when she came out there and started singing in that cowboy outfit, I went, wow.
I think
that
she's
woman is-
80.
You know
Yeah,
who
that
didn't
woman
like
is
it very much?
ageless.
Who
Or
didn't
not
like
at
it?
all? Cappy hated it.
Didn't like Dolly Parton? Who doesn't like Dolly Parton? Is he American? Dolly
Apparently
Parton is an
not.
American icon. Bergman's answering the phone. That probably means that moments from now we will have Coach Shawn McVey on the show as we get ready for the Rams opener Sunday night in Detroit. Interesting that the Rams play probably actually, here is Coach Shawn McVey right now. Coach Shawn McVey, how are you, man?
I'm good. How you guys doing?
Oh, we're great, Coach, and we're great, and we're ready for the season and can't wait to watch you guys try and do it again in Detroit on Sunday. Let me start here. Do you look at that game? The last game you played was against Detroit in Detroit. Do you look at that game tape a lot, or because some of the players have changed and some of the coaches have changed and there's a few things that are different, do you kind of throw out and start over?
No, you look at it as a representative example, and so we'll use it, and then we'll see how it applies as far as the season opener.
Oh, I think we lost him. We'll get him back. We'll get him back. Yeah, actually, one of the things I was going to ask about, I'll ask him if he comes back. Is he coming back, Bergman?
Yeah, he'll call back.
Okay, he'll call back. They had to totally do a shuffle on the offensive line, and Steve Avila has moved to left guard, and Jonah Jackson has moved to center because of the suspension of Alaric Jackson.
But wasn't Alaric Jackson the left tackle?
He was the left tackle, and they're moving Avila over one spot. They want to solidify that left side of the line, so Noteboom will be at left tackle, and Avila will be at left guard.
Gotcha.
That shuffle is on right now because Alaric Jackson has been suspended for 2 games. He'll be back for week 3 of the NFL. The other thing, the Rams schedule starts out really, really tough. They play probably the 2 best teams in the NFC in the first 3 weeks of the season. They got the Lions in the opener, and they got San Francisco in Game 3. That is a really tough start with Arizona in the middle.
Game 3?
Game 3 is at SoFi against the Niners.
Okay.
I hate playing the Niners.
Well, their fans show up.
Just hate the Niners.
Yeah, they'll take over half the building.
All around despise them. My least favorite team.
Well, here's something to think about.
Mm-hmm.
This may be the last year of this current team's run because next year they have to pay Brock Purdy.
Right.
They don't have to pay him yet, but they did. He's one of the lowest paid starting quarterbacks in the league. And he was the 7th round draft pick. He was the last pick in the draft.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that story. But they've taken that money that they've saved and they've given it to guys like Trent Williams and Christian McCaffrey and Brandon Ayuk. But now, next year, when they got to pay Purdy, they're probably going to have to cut bait on some guys that they like.
Yeah, I would think so. Kind
of like the Rams had to do a few years ago.
Right, where they
paid
jettisoned
everybody.
a bunch of talent because you get overloaded and you start paying a bunch of guys and somebody's got to go. And that's probably the position that the Niners are going to be. They've had the luxury of having a rookie quarterback who, as you pointed out, was in the slot that for the last player in the draft. And they've been able to operate that way for a few years. And to have a cost-controlled quarterback is like one of the keys, I think, to a successful kind of run. It certainly happened with the Rams and Jared Goff. It's happened with a lot of teams. C.J. Stroud, Houston's going to be good now for a few years because they don't have to pay him. Having that rookie quarterback locked in and working at a really good number allows you to put an excellent team around him, and that's the position that San Francisco's been in.
Hey, not only is Alaric Jackson suspended, but Jimmy Garoppolo is suspended for the first 2 games also, right?
Yes, he is.
So is Stetson Bennett the backup if something happens to Stafford?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, as long as he takes care of the ball. He just in the preseason he just didn't take care of the ball.
Right.
But that I don't necessarily think he's the worst quarterback in the league.
No.
No. I mean, you can't turn it over. And so let's see.
Okay, let's see. We're connecting again with Coach Shawn McVey. Coach, welcome back. How you been?
I'm good. How you guys doing?
Good, man.
Yeah, you know what? It's the same thing, guys. I can't hear you. All I can hear is myself.
Okay. All right, Coach, we'll talk to you next week. Thank you, man, Coach. Good luck on Sunday.
Thanks, guys.
All right. There's Coach Shawn McVey. Not sure what's going on, but I think we learned a lot.
Well, The other thing is, do we dare to try sports graffiti?
It's electrifying.
It was electrifying.
Yeah. If the callers can't hear us, will they know when to talk? Let's try it.
Okay, let's try it. Open the phones.
Be a giant crash in first.
But you know what? There is always something to be said for the entertainment involved in a crash and burn.
This.
All right, 877-710-ESPN. 877-710-ESPN. On the fly, doing some sports graffiti right now on the spot. Just to double check, John, yes, the backup quarterback for the Rams on Sunday is Stetson Bennett.
Okay, I wouldn't be too worried. I don't think Stafford's going to get hurt.
I don't either. If he does, we're screwed.
Well, they won't cheap shot him because the game's in Detroit, and they like him there.
That's true. All right, 877-710-ESPN, going to do some sports graffiti. In the meantime, let me ask you one more thing. Let me give you one disappointing story.
Okay.
While the phone lines fill up there. So it appears, yes, Sedano says that was McVay's greatest appearance yet. It was excellent. I feel like I learned a lot. So apparently, reportedly, it may be over for Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift.
No.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
So get this. There is paperwork which appears to have been created by Los Angeles-based firm Full Scope, revealing a strategy to make their split, and says the date for an announcement is September 28th. It also outlines a supposed plan to release an official statement at the end of this month, 3 days post-breakup, to allow the initial media frenzy to settle down and ensure clarity. It adds that the announcement will be gracious, respectful, and stress mutual respect, laying out what the statement would say. They write, example, Travis and Taylor have decided to part ways after careful consideration. They both value and respect each other's personal lives and appreciate your respect for privacy during this time.
Who's saying this?
This is, it's from the Daily Mail, an email from Full Scope, or a press release from Full Scope that they have acquired.
Not buying it. You want? Okay, I'll see if you want to do another bet. You want to bet another $5,000 that they're still together at the end of this month?
Done.
Okay.
September 28th is the date. All right, so let's go. Let's do some sports graffiti. We start out with our friend Spoiler Jerry. Spoiler Jerry, you're on sports graffiti. Go.
How's it going, guys? I don't know if you guys watched the West Virginia game. They had a sticker of Jerry West, number 44, just to honor him. Hey, John, do the Lakers have anything, maybe going to put a 44 on the floor, or maybe a patch on their jersey for this year?
Good question.
I would love to see it. I don't know. Things got kind of awkward at the end between Jerry West and the Lakers, so I'd be surprised if they did that, but I would root for it. I'm one of the people that loves the Lakers and loves Jerry West. There's a pretty large swath of us that Michael's in this boat too, that we both have great respect for Jerry, and of course we love the Lakers. So if there's a way to get that done, Spoiler Jerry, I would love to see it. I have not heard of it, but I'd love to see it.
That was cool with West Virginia. I think it was West Virginia Penn State this week. Penn State won that game. Let's go to Mike. Mike, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go ahead, Mike.
Hey, guys. Question. Random question. Having a debate. If both players were to retire today, who had the better career? Westbrook with all the personal accolades, or James Harden with the late playoff runs? Thanks, guys.
All right. Westbrook or Harden?
They're both walking triple-doubles.
They are.
They both lost together in the finals. It's very close. It's very close. Harden didn't have that dip at the end of his career.
Right.
At least not as big of a dip as Russ did. But Russ is more athletic. Russ might be the best rebounding guard in NBA history.
But Harden is still, like a lead star on a team, and Westbrook is now in a supporting role.
Yeah.
So Harden's career, I think, based on longevity in terms of being a starter, probably takes
Greg, what do you
by
think?
a nose.
Better career, Westbrook or Harden?
So I think it's Harden because he kind of changed the way the game was played overall with the way his little herky-jerky thing that he does where he jumps into people and gets fouls that way. I don't think it's good basketball, but he changed the way that basketball is kind of played in that way.
Yeah. I think it's close,
Harden,
but you guys are probably right. Yeah.
Just for comparison's sake, Westbrook 199 triple-doubles and James Harden 77.
Well, if you judge by triple-doubles, Westbrook is the all-time king.
Yes.
He averaged a triple-double for a whole season.
Yeah. Oscar Robertson, number 2 in triple-doubles, and Magic is number 3. Let's go to Matthew. Matthew, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go ahead, Matthew.
All right, guys. I know you guys have the Mandy's where you have the caller of the year, and all those guys are frauds. I listen to all the sports stations in town, and the true caller of the people, the true caller of the year is Manuel from Gardena. He's a legend. And also, if you have a category for worst caller, bar none, it goes to Mitch in Jersey. That's all I got to say.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, Mitch in Jersey does
fired.
Oh, hang on a second. Let's go to Mitch in Jersey. Mitch, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go ahead, Mitch. How do you respond?
Oh, my God. I'm like, I don't know why I get nervous doing this because, I love talking to you guys. What kind of thing I was thinking about what to say about USC. Great game. What did he say? I'm sorry to backtrack.
No, he just said you're the worst caller ever.
Oh, I'm the worst caller ever? Well, I can't argue with you. Can't argue with him, that.
Yeah, can't argue with it. There you go. Mitch cannot argue with that. Says you're the worst caller ever. Can't argue with that.
Can't argue with him. Yeah.
Let's go to Rocky.
One way to do it.
Rocky, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go ahead, Rocky.
That's hilarious. It sounded like he was drinking. Hey, guys, real quick. I know nobody likes the Cowboys. I love the Cowboys. I know I'm a homer, but I think Dak's going to prove himself to get paid, and he's going to show up, and he's going to make it happen. So let's go Cowboys.
All right.
He made statistically last year, Dak was really good.
I mean, the big D in Dallas stands for Dak.
Yeah, and then he laid the egg in the playoffs against Green Bay. But during the season, I think he led the NFL in passing yards last year.
Do you think when Greenberg comes on next week, when he's part of our lineup and our teammate here, that he's going to say the big D in Dallas stands for Dak, or the big D in Dallas stands for done deal, or the big D in Dallas stands for disaster, or any of those things?
Is that what he likes to say?
No, do you watch the Get Up? He does it. There's always a Cowboy story. There's always a Cowboy story, a Jet story, a Steelers story. It's clear that there's a bias on the Get Up. You never hear about the Rams on the Get Up. But the big D in Dallas stands for Dak. All right, let's get one more in here. Let's go to Adam. Adam, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go ahead, Adam.
Hey guys. Hey, you've got a lot of signature events already under your belts for this year. The Mandy's, softball. You got the golf coming up. My question is, when is the next Mason Island poker tournament at Commerce, man?
That's a very good question.
In about a year.
Yeah, I'm going to talk to my friend Spencer over there. We should absolutely do another Mason and Ireland poker tournament. I think, didn't I? Who outlasted who last time? You outlasted me by a hand, I think.
Yeah, by like one hand.
One hand.
Yeah, and I went out like 3 hands in.
Yeah, Bergman was out fast. Yeah. No, we should do another one of those, especially at the Commerce. That's where I like playing poker. All right, coming up next for you. Brian's a Chargers fan. Bergman is a Raiders fan. Ireland is... Well, he's a Raiders fan. How about we look a little closer at the AFC West? I got some numbers coming up for you next. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
All right, if you listen to the show, you know my favorite place in Southern California is Teranea. We got a nice email from Andrea at Teranea today. These people know how to take care of their customers. And Bergman was there for his birthday over the weekend. We did a live show from there on Friday. And every time I go, I say to myself, why don't I come here more often? It's like going to Hawaii without getting on a plane. It's the nicest resort in all of Southern California. They have an award-winning spa, 4 award-winning restaurants. Not 1, not 2, not 3, 4. Spectacular views all over the place. Adults-only pool. Pool if you want to take your kids. A great golf course. So much to do. So fun. Go to their website today. See when and how you can get to Teranea. TERRANEA.com. Teranea, Teranea.com.
You never have to miss a moment of LA's mega sports station. Get the all-new ESPN LA app.
Just search ESPN LA in your App Store or Google Play.
Download, tap, and bam!
You got 710 ESPN in the palm of your hand.
Hey guys, it's Cap. So you get this letter from the Department of Water and Power with 2 big bold words, high usage. And you don't really know what to do about it, but you kind of have an idea of who you can blame. So you go knock on your daughter's door and you go, hey, would you stop showering for 45 minutes twice a day? And then you go to your son and say, would you please stop washing your car 3 times a week? And then you continue with your life until you get another one of these beautiful letters that says high usage on it. This is where the Water Boy comes in. The Water Boy specializes in pressurized leak detection. All they do, day in and day out, is go to homes and find leaks. Their state-of-the-art equipment allows them to visually and acoustically inspect your pipes to find that stubborn leak that's constantly flowing. It can be anything from a failing toilet to a burst pipe in your slab. You don't even know it existed. They have ample amounts of experience from water damage restoration to general construction and plumbing that, when combined, allows them to master the art of leak detection. They do non-destructive leak detections, which means they're not going to open or damage the structure of your home. Their equipment is advanced enough to listen to the exposed surfaces and indicate where the leak is occurring. They are widely used by homeowners, property managers, and even realtors to inspect pressurized water systems to make sure they're intact and functioning with no leaks. Call Omer at the Waterboy Leak Detection today, 818-518-5055. Visit thewaterboyinc.com. That's the Waterboy Leak Detection at 818-518-5055. Talk to Omer. He's going to take good care of you at the Waterboy. Visit thewaterboyinc.com.
Just as every point matters, every detail counts in our meticulously crafted vehicles. Experience luxury at the top of its game. Welcome to Cadillac of Beverly Hills, the #1 Cadillac dealer in the Western region for the 3rd year in a row. Come and check out the incredible selection of new and pre-owned vehicles today at our showroom, 8767 Wilshire Boulevard in Beverly Hills, and at CadillacBeverlyHills.com.
Park, party, and play at Hollywood Park Casino, LA's premier card room. Now open 24/7. Play no-bus blackjack, poker, and more. Enjoy Century Bar and Grill's flavorful menu for lunch or late-night dinners. Watch your favorite teams and catch up with friends on game days. Unwind and enjoy live music and crafted cocktails at Ray's Lounge. Easy parking and access, Hollywood Park Casino, located next door to the Forum and SoFi Stadium. Park, party, and play. Hollywood Park Casino. Elevate your game.
Must be 21 and older to enter. These are approved DOJ games. Geico 004-527. Geico 003-871.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. This college football season, 710 ESPN and the all-new ESPN LA app is your home for USC football. Never miss a moment. Download the all-new ESPN LA app today. Just search ESPN LA in your app store or Google Play. Download, tap, bam!
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control of your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-687-5192. That's 800-687-5192. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-687-5192.
And it is Mason and Ireland on 710 ESPN, the OGs of LA Sports Radio. We're here each weekday, 1 to 4 p.m. for your afternoon. Sandwiched between Travis and Sliwa and Sonato and Cap. Mason and Ireland continues now.
Dodgers win last night in Anaheim, 6-2, big 3-run bomb for Mookie in the 10th, and good night for Walker Buehler. Was actually very, very solid last night. Gave him 5 good innings, Bergman.
Yeah, Walker Buehler was surprisingly good. His curveball was fantastic. That's 2 starts in a row for him to do that, too. So especially with Yamamoto and his rehab assignments, it actually allows him to have another start, so it's good.
And Bobby Miller is going to go tonight, and he's coming off a reasonably solid start.
Yep. Yeah, so you have good starting pitching right now. They just have to keep it up so that the other guys, Yamamoto and Glasnow, can rest a little bit longer. I still want them to come up and pitch in the major league hitters, though.
Right.
What about you?
Yeah, me too. I want to see him pitch to major league hitters before I decide, that guy's in the rotation or that guy's in the bullpen. I got to see exactly what it looks like. I will say this, they've opened up now a 5.5 game lead on the Padres and 6.5, I think, on Arizona now.
6 still. Because
6.
Arizona won. They almost blew it last night.
Yeah.
They played San Francisco, and they were up like 6-1 or 6-2, and it ended up 10-9.
The back of their
final.
bullpen is trash.
Yeah, trash.
Yeah, it's awful. So 5.5.
By the way,
take that.
we spent a lot of time yesterday talking about whether or not the Angels would do anything for Ohtani. They did.
Yep.
They had a tribute video for him. They put all of his accomplishments up on the scoreboard. They clearly got the message. And he, when he first came up at the beginning of the game, he got a huge ovation, and then some boos trickled in after that. But the Angels did the right thing.
If I was them, I'd have done. Well, it's sold out, right? It was completely sold out, I think.
Yes, completely sold out. And if you're an Angel fan, why would you boo him?
Yeah, I mean, it's not his fault. He went back to him and said, "All right, you want a match?" And Artie said, "Are you kidding me?"
There's nothing to boo. You left to, I mean, yes, to the same city, but at the same time, you got nothing from your team.
Laker fans booed Shaq when he came back and he got traded.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
He kind of wanted out.
He did want out. Pay me. The famous moment, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's do. I hit a button, but there you go. All right. So, guys, I've got some numbers for you AFC West guys. So let's start out with the Raiders. The Raiders are 10-1 to win the AFC West. What odds do you give them, Ireland? You going to put a little mythical money on that? 10-1?
No.
How about the regular season win total? Over, under 6.5. Which way do you go?
For Raiders?
Yeah.
Under.
You're such a bad fan. Over.
Brian, what do you think?
Raiders 6.5, under.
Yeah, I'll take the over on that too. I think they're better than John thinks.
Right.
All right, so passing yards. Gardner Minshew, 2,350.5 yards. Do you like the over or under? 2,300 yards for Minshew.
I actually like the over because they're going to be behind and he's going to have to throw a lot.
Yeah. Yes, over for sure. He's got Devontae Adams and Jacoby Myers and Brock Bowers. I think he's got enough weapons to go to.
Devontae Adams, just over 1,050 yards for Devontae Adams. Think he gets there even with Minshew at quarterback?
Yeah, I do.
I do too, yeah. Brock Bowers, by the way, the over-under number is 650.5. So they're expecting 650 yards from Brock Bowers.
Love it. Over for that one too.
Zamir White, rushing yards, 800.5.
That was a little high.
You think that's high?
That one's a little high, yeah.
And rushing TDs, this is actually interesting. Zamir White, only 4.5.
Yeah,
that's about right.
That sounds about right because he's also not going to get goal line touches.
I would go over just because that's not a lot of touchdowns, but they're going to have more passing touchdowns than rushing touchdowns.
Yeah, I bet Alexander Madison gets the goal line touches.
Yeah, okay, I'm going to make a note of that for my fantasy draft
there you
tonight.
Go.
Alexander
there you
Madison. All right, Chargers. What do you think their odds are to win the AFC West?
75-1.
I'd say more like 50-1.
That's what I was thinking.
To win the
51.
AFC West?
Yeah.
They're 7-2.
Yeah, no way.
No chance.
Yeah.
7-2. What's their over/under?
9.
Well, you're right on 8.5. You like the over or the under?
8.5. I like the over.
Brian
Under.
loves the over.
I love the over, baby. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you're not going to get the
Come
over.
on.
Easy under.
Justin Herbert, 3,600.5 yards. I think he'll go over.
Over.
Probably over.
Herbert, 22 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. What do you think those numbers sound about right?
Yeah.
22 and 9?
Yeah, 22 and 9.
I think he'll have more than 22.
Me too.
Same.
I would go over on the touchdown
I think
passes.
he'll have more interceptions, too, because he has nobody to throw to.
30 and 5.
Okay.
30 and 5. Get out of here.
Receptions. Lad McConkey, 80.5. Now, this is a guy you could probably sneak through in your fantasy draft.
Yep. You can get them late.
You can get him probably late.
He'll be on the waiver wire.
We're hurting our case to keep him secret right now. But he is the receptions leader, the receiving touchdowns leader, and the receiving yards leader in Vegas. So he's
Joshua Palmer.
Yeah, in front of Palmer, exactly. So Lad McConkey's the guy they're seeing. By the way,
I like that.
Our draft is tonight, John.
Yeah.
Brian says that with the number 3 pick, I should go Bijan Robinson.
A lot of people love him.
Totally agree with him.
Got to value the running
Absolutely.
backs. I still value the running backs over anything else in fantasy.
Yep.
Would that be a mistake?
I don't know. I think Bijan Robinson's going to have a big year.
I do too. It's interesting that, I don't know, it's become such a wide receiver game. It's hard not to go wide receiver in round one.
There's just so many good wide receivers. That's my only thing.
Totally agree with him. There's so many on so many teams, and it's a very pass-heavy league now that you can get guys that are going to get you 800 to 1,000 yards on almost any team.
Yeah, there are a lot of guys.
So you're gonna get those numbers no matter what, and you can get them later too.
And there are very few decent running backs.
Right.
Yeah. Very.
I mean, it's pretty much
heavy running backs.
The first round guys are Breece Hall, Bijan Robinson, and CMC. Yeah, those are the 3 first round guys at running back.
Devon A-Chain was probably a good one to get to. Raheem Mostert was up there too.
Yeah, Raheem Mostert he led the league in touchdowns last year, and he's a big goal line guy for Miami. So he's interesting. You put him on your
on my fantasy team that Hooper's X actually.
Yeah, Hooper's X drafted Bergman's fantasy team for. How'd it come out?
It actually came out really well. He has a really good team for me. He got me both Kyron Williams and Raheem Mostert. He got both. You'll like this, Brian. Got me Patrick Mahomes and Justin Herbert.
Wow!
Solid. Like
is it a 2-quarterback league?
No, he's just on my bench.
Well, that's kind of overkill to have both those guys, isn't it?
And got Amon St. Brown, DK Metcalf, Kyle Pitts, Evan Ingram.
Okay,
Sutton.
So you're in good shape.
Yeah, it's a good team.
Now, what you pointed out, John, today is a lot of people taking Kyron Williams, who ran for I think 1,100 yards last year. But Matthew Berry says you got to be very careful if you're going to take Kyron Williams in your draft.
This is somebody who has missed at least 5 games, the last 2 years. I think. Obviously, I don't have a ton of concern because I'm at running back 7. I think the draft strategy with Kyron Williams is pretty clear. Draft Kyron Williams, and then just make sure you draft Blake Corum. If you have to reach for him for a round or 2 early, go ahead and do it.
See, that's what's tough, is knowing when to go on a guy. Like if you have Kyron Williams in the first round, and Blake Corum is the handcuff. How high do you have to go to get Blake Corum? What round? Kyron Williams in round 1. Where do you get Blake Corum?
Maybe 9,
I think
10?
9th round. I'd jump on him before. If I saw him on the board, I'd jump on him before the 9th round.
Seems like a waste of a draft pick where you can get a really high player.
9th round?
9th round? Yeah, you'd still get good guys at 9th round.
9th round?
Some good tight ends.
He's saying jump a couple of rounds, even if you have to get Blake Corum.
Yeah, Matthew. I think Matthew thinks you would have to go sooner.
Yeah. Hey, Bergman, what do you got there?
So if you want to join ESPN LA,
it was very smooth
at Hollywood Park Casino in the Rays Lounge for a Hispanic Heritage Month celebration on Wednesday, September 11th. You can join Sedano and Cap, who will be broadcasting live from 3 to 6 p.m. Then starting at 6:30 p.m. right afterwards, Sedano will speak with Hall of Fame Spanish language voice of the Dodgers, Jaime Herrin, and then you also can hear Mario Ruiz speak with LAFC defenseman Ilie Sanchez. All you have to do is call 877-710-3776 right now, and caller 7 and 10 will win a pair of VIP passes. Also, you can go to ESPNLA.com. We're going to be giving away tickets for the rest of the week, so be prepared. Park Party and Play at Hollywood Park Casino, LA's premier card room. Must be 21 and older to enter. Elevate your game at Hollywood Park Casino.
All right, coming up next for you, a couple of Ireland stories. Somebody needs to teach the Florida Gators about recruiting, and Shedeur Sanders, again, running for his life against North Dakota State. Maybe it's on purpose. That's coming up next for you. In the meantime, hey, if you were recently injured in an accident, and you haven't called my friend Jacob yet, what are you waiting for? Not taking action may cost you money. What's that mean? Well, let's say you were injured in a car accident a few months ago. You thought the pain in your back would go away, so you never went to see a doctor. And now a few months later, it's getting worse every week. The problem is, because it's been a few months since the accident, it's so much more difficult to prove that your back pain was caused by the accident. Therefore, you're going to wind up paying for this yourself. Do not put yourself in this situation. If you are injured in an accident, call Jacob immediately. He will get you to the doctor with no money out of pocket so you can physically recover quickly and not have to pay for it. That's a big thing. The consultation's free, and if you prefer to meet face-to-face, Jacob's team can come to you, or you can come into Jacob's office. When you need an attorney, you want one who is respected. Call Jacob. He is the real deal. And remember, the consultation is free. 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. 844-24-JACOB. Or remember...
Accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
Call Jacob.com and make sure when you call Jacob, tell him Mason and Shadano from 710 ESPN sent you. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
The LA Kings have a new home.
Hear the excitement of Kings hockey this season.
This fall, 710 ESPN and the all-new ESPN LA app is your home for every moment of the Los Angeles Kings.
Hear the excitement of Kings hockey this season.
In only one place.
Easy to access, easy to find, easy to enjoy every Kings game and your favorite Kings podcasts.
710 ESPN and the all-new ESPN LA app.
Hey, everybody, it's Cap, and I want to talk to you about PrizePicks. First, I want to tell you this. Download the PrizePicks app. Use my code CAPPY, K-A-P-P-Y. They'll match your first deposit 100% up to $100. That's the first thing I want to tell you. So, please, download the PrizePicks app. Use my code CAPPY, and let's all play together, and let's all win together on PrizePicks. But here's what I really want to tell you. As we get ready for the football season, PrizePicks is trying to give you easy wins. I'll give you an example. Caleb Williams, for the entire month of September, every week, Caleb Williams, all he has to do is pass for 1 yard. That's it. Don't you think Caleb Williams is going to pass for more than 1 yard? Of course he is. But all he has to do is pass for 1 yard every football weekend in September for 4 weeks, and those are 4 easy W's. Let's take $10, turn it into $1,000, and let's all do it together on PrizePicks. Download the PrizePicks app. Use my code CAPPY, K-A-P-P-Y, and they'll match your first deposit 100% up to $100. We're going to win together. We're going to play together on PrizePicks.
Cars for Kids. K-A-R-S, Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1-877 Cars for Kids. K-A-R-S, Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate your car today at carsforkids.org. Your car, running or not, can be picked up as soon as the next day. No title, no problem. Call 877-CARS-FOR-KIDS or go online at carsforkids.org to donate today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. K-A-R-S, Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Paid for by Cars for Kids.
Whether you're tinkering in your garage or tackling big projects, if you know the value of working with your hands, you know Harbor Freight. And you can be confident knowing that at Harbor Freight, you can get quality tools at prices that work just as hard as you do. Because the only thing more satisfying than a job well done is a job well done, well under budget. Whatever you do, do it for less at Harbor Freight.
Step into the batter's box for BetMGM's Swing for the Fences free-to-play game. Pick an area of the strike zone and take your best swing. If you get a single, double, triple, or home run, you'll receive a prize. Smash a home run to collect a bonus bet on us. BetMGM and GameSense, remind you to gamble responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only. This U.S. promotional offer not available in Mississippi, Nevada, Ontario, or Puerto Rico. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Available in the U.S. For New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. For Arizona, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. For Massachusetts, 1-800-327-5050. For Iowa, 1-800-BETS-OFF. For Puerto Rico, 1-800-911-0023. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards vary depending on market. Expired 24 hours from issuance. In partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel.
It is Mason and Ireland on 710 ESPN. Don't get it twisted, yo. The most downloaded sports radio show in Los Angeles. The podcast, that is.
Mason and Ireland, the #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles. The #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles. And we thank all of our podcast listeners for that.
If you ever miss a moment, get your fill anytime. Just search Mason and Ireland wherever you get your podcast.
All right, so not Stepdad Leo is a big Notre Dame fan. And he sent me this text today. He said he sent this to CBS Sports. Like, I guess it's like a letter to the editor kind of thing.
Okay.
Apparently they still do that. This is what it says. Dear CBS Sports. After he couldn't gain a national championship at Notre Dame, Brian Kelly left the Irish for what he perceived as greener fields. Much to our delight, he has performed in the same manner as he did at Notre Dame. A loser. All caps, a loser. So we'll see if that shows up on CBS. I don't know. Do they still do letters to the editor?
I think so.
Does LA Times do it?
When I come across them,
Yeah.
I read them. I think they're fun to read.
They're hot takes.
You don't pick up the newspaper in the morning and
Pick up the
read
paper every day.
read the letters to the editor.
No, don't do that.
Get all that on your hands, all the ink.
Exactly. So, John, you came across a story about and by the way, I think this is a ridiculous story, the one about Shedeur Sanders.
Yeah.
So, ex-Ohio State linebacker Bobby Carpenter. By the way, Shedeur Sanders had a very good first game against North Dakota State. He was 26 of 34, 445 yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception. A very, very good day. But the offensive line did appear to have multiple breakdowns, and Bobby Carpenter says, I really think Coach Prime might be playing three-dimensional chess. The best way to feature Shedeur is to feature him without any protection to show how he operates under immense pressure, assuming he doesn't get broken in half. Now, do you think there's anything to that theory that Coach Prime doesn't want a good offensive line because he wants to showcase his kid?
Zero.
Yeah, I agree.
I think it's absurd. You play to win the games.
Yeah.
Why would you intentionally let your...
And now we've lost John.
Where'd you go, John? We'll get you back. We'll get John back. Don't worry about that. He just dropped. That's random because where he is in Idaho, he doesn't normally drop. So let's drop him and bring him back.
Okay, no worries. So we will get John back. John's in Idaho today. He's at the palatial estate, the compound in Idaho.
Has he shown you pictures of that place yet?
No.
It is gorgeous.
He has not shown me a single picture.
All right, well, he's back tomorrow, so we can have you look at those pictures. It's beautiful.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. I'm sure it's great. I'm building a vacation house too.
Are you? Where are you building a vacation house? Is it Costa Rica?
Building it in how about Ojai?
Why not? You drink so much wine, so that makes
Ojai
total sense for you.
Yeah, I do like Ojai.
You like to go shopping?
It's a nice town. That's kind of a spiritual woo-ay kind of town, Ojai.
That would make sense. Does that have one of those vortexes there?
Yeah, it is a vortex.
It
exactly
is?
right. Yes.
Oh, there you go.
Yes,
Maybe
it
we
is.
should go there.
All right, so a little bit later on, we're going to do our NFL picks for the year. And that includes the division winners, 8 division winners, and 6 wild cards. So we'll do that coming up. Also, Kevin Demoff is going to join us at 3 o'clock, COO of the Los Angeles Rams. By the way, did anybody watch the Connor Stallions documentary yet?
Oh, yeah, I saw it.
Did you, Brian?
I did, yeah.
It is so good.
It's so interesting. This guy is a genius.
Yeah, and this world that they uncovered is fascinating. Bergman, you got to watch this thing. It is so... I originally thought, how much could there be to it? Oh, there's a lot to it. There's a great story. And it's really his story, him telling the story from the time he was a little kid wearing Michigan gear and rooting for Bo Schembechler all the way to when he was working for Jim Harbaugh.
So he decided to put on different disguises because he was a child.
Correct.
But it's also like we've talked about this before. There's no reason to watch these sports documentaries. There's so many of them, and I'm totally
this one's good.
knocked out of them all.
This
you
one's
think this one is totally worth it?
Completely worth it.
Is it one of these ones that there's like 2 or 3 episodes?
No, just
single
one.
episode.
It's like an hour 20, I think.
It's like,
okay,
just,
I can knock that out.
I mean, he's an interesting guy, and it's so weird. The whole story is so weird, and it uncovers this world of cheating.
Underground college.
Underground
info being traded. Yeah.
Information on the dark web. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff in it. So you got to check that out.
I think Ireland is back now, too.
Hey, Jono.
You know what I did?
What?
Do you remember a few years ago when you
kicked the plug out?
I did.
Yeah.
Idiot.
It works for a little while, and then it runs out of batteries, and you're screwed, right?
Yep. And I've had a really weird day. Greg knows a little. I'm going to be able to tell you guys the whole story tomorrow.
Oh.
But this just adds to it. But, yeah, that was I pulled a Mason.
Yeah, it happens. Happens to the best of them. Happened to me.
Happy to be back.
Excellent. All right, going to do some What's Up Fool coming up next. Bergman's got stuff. Brian's got stuff. Kevin Demoff at 3. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Okay, Bibigo is the official game day snack of the Lakers. It promises bold, authentic Korean flavor. Whether for a meal or a snack, Bibigo is the perfect way to flavor up your next get-together. Bergman and I, every time we do a Lakers remote, they bring the Bibigo truck, and all Greg and I do is eat for 3 hours, and then we take a bunch of it home. And that's because it's America's favorite and #1 Asian snack brand. Bibigo believes that food brings people together. No better way than to share some with your friends. You can find it. I get mine at Ralph's, but you can find Bibigo at your local supermarket, Target, Walmart, or Costco. If you don't know where to start, Bibigo Mandu, M-A-N-D-U, are the best dumplings on the market. Try Bibigo today. Bibigo, the official game day snack of the Lakers.
Back to the mid-2000s when I did that weekday show on the station. Then I escaped to St. Louis. Then I came back when the Rams came back. It's been amazing to be a part of the Rams broadcast team since 2016 and on the station sitting in for all the shows. But it's an honor to get to be a part of LA's mega sports station starting 5 days a week. Coming up on Monday. Don't miss the debut of the Travis and DeMarco show on 710 ESPN. Monday, 9 a.m. Be there.
Hey, it's Sedano. LA is the home of champions, so celebrate like a champion with Tequila Mandala. Award-winning artisanal small batch premium sipping tequila. Our friends at Tequila Mandala turning tequila fans into Tequila Mandala fanatics. Made from the finest mature agaves to bring you the perfect sipping tequila, from their Blanco to their flawless year extra añejo. Up your game with Tequila Mandala and experience the best award-winning premium tequila. Available everywhere fine tequilas are sold. Visit tequilamandala.com for more details.
Hey kids, Uncle Artie here from Peria Law, here to tell you about our newest partnership deal with Matt Barnes, who has deep LA roots, former Bruin and pro basketball player for both LA teams.
If you're looking for the best possible results after an accident, call my guy, Uncle Artie, at Peria Law. That's 844-DIAL-UNC. That's 844-DIAL-UNC.
That's right. Call us or slip into the DM, Uncle.Artie.
Uncle Artie's not just my friend, but he's your uncle in the business. Artie Pernia is a seasoned personal injury attorney who works with you, so you receive the best possible compensation for your case. Let Uncle Artie and the Peria Law family provide peace of mind, so you can focus on recovery and getting back to you.
If you've been injured in an accident or you're unhappy with your current injury attorney, come to Peria Law. We take care of you like family. That's why they call me Uncle Artie.
Call my guy, Uncle Artie, at Peria Law. That's 844-DIAL-UNC. That's 844-DIAL-UNC.
This college football season, 710 ESPN and the all-new ESPN LA app is your home for USC football. Never miss a moment. Download the all-new ESPN LA app today. Just search ESPN LA in your App Store or Google Play. Download, tap, bam!
Los Angeles, you can't spell tequila without LA. LA Tequila Fest is back on September 7th at LA Center Studios, featuring an afternoon filled with over 85 premium tequila and mezcal brands and almost 300 tasting options. Tickets at LATequilafest.com. Live DJ sets, gourmet food trucks, fun, games, and did we say tequila? Visit LATequilafest.com. All tickets support the Andres Maria Cardenas Family Foundation, a foundation that provides scholarships for youth seeking a higher education.
At Progressive, we know money can't buy you happiness, but money did help you buy an RV, which means an excuse from working Saturday with your insufferable coworker, Dave. So money is helping you listen to birds chirp instead of Dave chirping about how his toddler is fluent in 3 languages. And it's also why you'll be smelling pine trees in the air, not Dave's tuna melt reheating in a microwave. So save money by bundling your RV or boat insurance with home or auto from Progressive and buy more happiness, or something close to it. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
This college football moment is brought to you by ServPro.
College football teams have moments they recovered from and made it like it never even happened. For instance, on September 21st, 2019, UCLA trailed Washington State 49-17 with under 7 minutes left in the third quarter. From that point forward, the Bruins erased that 32-point deficit, outscoring the Cougars 50-14 to win 67-63.
ServPro, like it never even happened.
Listen to Mason and Ireland more at 1 p.m.
And yes, it's around 2:45 in the Southland. You know what we do each weekday at 2:45. What's up, fool? And we've been very excited that What's Up, Fool is made possible by our friends at Dos Hombres. In fact, we've got a special guest voice. Take it away, guest voice.
What's Up, Fool is brought to you by Dos Hombres Mezcal. It's fate. It's friendship. It's mezcal. Dos Hombres.
Look at that. How do I follow that? I don't. So I simply say, take it away, Corporate Greg.
Thanks, Morales. All right, so from Maxime Aubin, Aubin, he's a
Okay.
French sports journalist. He says that Evan Fournier turned down an offer from the Wizards because he had no interest in playing for a losing team and decided to go overseas instead.
Okay.
Does that sound like something that is a real story?
Ireland, what do you think?
Yes, it does sound like a real story, and I'll tell you why it's good news if you're a Lakers fan. If the Wizards do have a losing season, and it appears that they're going to, they didn't go out and sign any big free agents. They're going through a rebuild with coaches in front of.
Plus, we got to figure out a way to get Jonas Valanciunas from
right,
him at
or
some point.
maybe Kyle Kuzma.
Yeah, or Kuzma,
I think
or
that
both.
makes any team would love to have those guys, but
absolutely
they would Valanciunas fits right into what the Lakers are looking for. He was rumored to have mutual interest for the season, and Kuz loves it here. Won his only ring here, so it's not a bad thing that if the Wizards struggle. Now that none of that means that any of those guys are coming to the Lakers or even getting traded.
Although what's weird is I saw Brian Windhorst. This was a few weeks ago. I think we played it. He said keep an eye. He used the two fingers thing. He said keep an eye on Jonas Valanciunas for the Lakers, almost like it's been planned out ahead somehow. Is that possible?
I don't know.
Yeah. Bergman, do you think?
So, I would love Jonas Valanciunas. Do you think Brian Windhorst is more of a reporter or more of a host now?
He's both.
You can be both. Ramona's a reporter and host.
Absolutely. But so when Brian Windhorst says something, is he reporting fact or is he just kind of?
I think he's reporting fact. I don't think he put it out there. He's one of those guys that gets aggregated everything he says.
Sure.
So I think there's a level of
opinion
care that goes along with it.
It feels like opinion to me. It's not a bad thing, but this feels like opinion.
When
more
he
than
uses
it
the
is.
two fingers, it's
right. When he's putting it back and
that's a thing.
Yeah, but that's more opinion, right?
I disagree. I think he knows he's going to get aggregated, so I think he's very careful about what he says.
I don't know.
But as for Evan Fournier, I don't know who wants to play for Washington. They are awful.
Are they that bad that you wouldn't want to play for an NBA team? You would rather go overseas?
How much do they pay? Do you think he's getting more in Europe than he is with the Wizards?
Yeah, and I think probably as much, and it's just easier for him to go play in his home country.
Plus, he's French. He gets to go home and play.
Sure.
Yeah.
Plus, I don't know if you guys heard what Pat Beverly said today, that he's comparing himself now to LeBron because the fans are actually wanting to come take pictures of him overseas. So you go overseas, you get that.
Oh yeah,
more love.
Right,
sure,
you
get more love. Yeah,
totally believe Pat Bev.
Yeah, Pat Bev. Everything he says is true.
Totally true.
Comparing himself to LeBron, man. Pretty funny.
Comparing himself to LeBron.
So give me the ball with 8 seconds left.
The 49ers here finally have things come together. It looks like Trent Williams signed a 3-year extension, like $83 million.
Yep.
He came in yesterday, said the motivation for him to get the contract, the final straw was the sad situation for their rookie wide receiver, Ricky Paracel, I believe.
Right.
Got shot in like a robbery attempt. Surprisingly, going to be okay.
He's okay. He got shot and it missed every critical organ. He just got very, very lucky.
Yeah, and John Lynch had a pretty interesting comments after this thing, too, because it was like going to be a party. So they were going on the way to a party, and I guess Ricky in the hospital was like, oh, how's the party going kind of deal.
Right.
Still in high hopes. Pretty much saying that the camaraderie around the team's at an all-time high now coming up. Do you think something like this, a teammate getting shot, can push them over the edge, or is this the 49ers are already, like you said, this could be their last run? Is it not going to have really any effect?
You know what?
As Sedano would say, both things could be true.
Yeah. I think that something like this can be a rally point. Like, I think Damar Hamlin was a rally point for the Buffalo Bills. Everybody was like, and I don't want to say that let's do it for Damar, but there was that sense to it, and I think there's probably that sense to it here that this tragedy, thankfully not deadly, but this tragedy could be a rally point for them. What do you think, Ireland?
I don't know. Remember, the Bills didn't make it to the Super Bowl the year Damar Hamlin had his incident.
Correct.
So, those types of things can only take you so far. I just think the Niners are really good. I know, Mace, you think the Rams are going to win that division.
I do.
I think the Niners, they're both going to the playoffs, so it's not going to matter much. But I just think the Niners are built to win now, and maybe not win the Super Bowl, but built to make a deep playoff run now, and they know this is their last chance. I think Trent Williams probably realized that too and got his butt in there.
You know, by the way, on the subject of Damar Hamlin, he will start for the Buffalo Bills. He's
really?
number 1 on the depth chart and is expected to start for the Bills on Sunday against Arizona. So that is an amazing story. Damar Hamlin now going to start for Buffalo on Sunday.
What's up, Foo?
All right, guys, we have some new NASCAR shows coming up here. They're going to be a NASCAR Inside the Playoffs, going to be on True TV and Max.
Okay.
There's a couple other NASCAR shows that are going to be kicking off. Drop the Jack is what it's going to be called.
Drop the Jack.
You know, yeah, it's got a pretty cool symbol, too.
Cool.
And then NASCAR Daily, and all these are going to be True TV and on HBO Max, now coming up for streaming.
Okay.
Starting their playoff run here in NASCAR got me thinking. 3 new shows on a streaming service, too.
Yeah.
Pretty big deal here.
It is a big deal, yeah.
Have you guys ever been inside an actual NASCAR? And if you had the opportunity, would you take it?
I've always felt like when Dale Earnhardt was killed.
I was on the air with Jim Lampley that day.
Yeah, I watched the replay. It didn't even look like he did anything wrong.
He didn't remember, he didn't have that Hans device that now everybody uses, and because he didn't have it, that's why.
The reason I don't think I would get in a NASCAR, Brian, as fun as it would be, I would do like if a NASCAR driver wanted to take me around the track, I would get in the passenger seat and, do a ride along with them, but not during a race, because, Mace, in a race, you can do everything right and still wreck.
Oh, yeah. As a former race car driver myself, because I raced in the Toyota Celebrity Grand Prix a number of years back, I could tell you it is work to be in a... you don't think it's an athletic endeavor until you actually do it, and afterwards you realize, oh, man, I'm totally gassed because it's adrenaline, it's all that stuff. I got... my fastest speed in that race was 120 in a straightaway, which... there were like 5 hairpin turns in that whole thing, so it was a really difficult course. I would do it. I think it'd be fascinating. I've got a little bit of the tiniest bit of experience, but I would try it. I did finish 14th in that race, which I was very proud of.
Out of 14 cars.
I beat both Willie Gault and Omar Epps.
They wrecked and didn't finish the race.
Correct. They drove recklessly, and I did not.
What's
They
up,
called
Foo?
you the human pylon.
Yeah, but the human pylon finished, and Omar Epps and Willie Gault did not.
What's up, Foo?
I was talking about another broadcast here coming up. So the Manning cast got renewed. I think they're going to do 11 games this year.
Did you see the promo?
Yes, pretty good.
Broadway musical promo.
I got a bunch of stuff for tomorrow's show about that. Is going to
so
be
funny.
We can have some fun with that. Yeah.
So there was, on an interview, I think with Bussin' and the Boys, Manning was talking about what he wants to kind of do differently with the Manning cast and all that. And the main thing he says, he wants to get it back to more football. And when the guests come on and they kind of rear off, he wants to, make sure that you're watching the game. Like, they're still they want to focus more on the game and less outside of,
Okay.
Like Arnold had his donkey come in and all that stuff. Right. But it kind of led me to thinking, if I want to watch the game, I'm going to watch the actual broadcast. But if I want to see the fun and frivolity, I'm going to go to the Manningcast. So do you think that, Peyton shouldn't... it's already worked. They're doing another 11 games in a playoff game.
Right.
Should they not fix this, not worry about more football? Or if you're tuning into Eli and Peyton, you want to hear more football?
You want Eli and Peyton. You want them doing their thing. I watch the game. I watch Joe and Troy and those guys because I think that is a state-of-the-art broadcast team, and I'm really there for the game. If you're there for, as you said, the frivolity, I think they should deliver on the frivolity thing if they possibly can. I don't know that anybody's going there. Any of the hardcore football fans, I think, are watching the game, and this is this sort of a sideshow.
I find myself watching the Manningcast more than I'm watching Joe and Troy.
Really? I don't watch the Manningcast anymore.
But the Manningcast isn't on every week, so I get a steady diet of both.
Right.
I'm with you, Mace. I think they should goof around and have as much fun as humanly possible and not worry about talking football.
Yeah, I'm not going there for X's and O's.
We never worry about that stuff. We just do the show.
Right.
And, whatever happens, happens. But, and I think Eli and Peyton are great at this. They have a great guest list, and everything is really fun to watch. And by the way, I find myself watching more of the regular game since Joe and Troy came over. When they had those other guys, I didn't feel like I was missing anything. If I miss Joe and Troy, I feel like I'm missing something. So it's a little more 50-50.
Yeah.
What's up, Foo?
I got one more TV news kind of here. So today, September 4th, 1972, Bob Barker, and Price is Right aired on CBS, and he became the longest-running TV host of all time. And even in 2008, TV Guide named it the greatest game show of all time. Price is Right.
Okay.
A little two things here. One, I feel like all old people love the show. I don't know what it is about it. My parents record it, watch it all the time.
Still, by the way, I think it's Drew Carey now.
Yes,
it's still
Drew
on
Carey.
every single
Still
day.
pretty
They
good.
do it at Television City. It's the same routine.
But have you guys ever seen, I think there's a documentary called The Perfect Bid, where
No.
it talks about a guy, I want to say, I'm going to get the years wrong, but maybe 90s.
Okay.
Would pretty much watch every single show, and he caught on to they would use the same products, and they would use the same stuff in different episodes.
Oh, he saw a pattern?
Saw a pattern, went on, won like $1 million or whatnot, or the biggest prize you could get. There was this whole scandal. It's a very good documentary,
Okay.
Perfect Bid.
So he kind of
worth
figured
watching.
it out.
Yeah, there is
Brian,
a system
I saw
to
it, and it's fascinating. That guy was brilliant, and he just did tons of research, and it'd be the equivalent of a guy counting cards in a casino. He
Right.
just tilted the deck towards him and cashed it all in. It's really interesting.
Now, what do you think you would do on that show? Do you think you'd do pretty good? Or
Price is
would it-
Right?
Yeah, Price is Right. Would you?
You know why I
bail
wouldn't
out?
do that? I because you've got to, in order to get from the audience to the stage, you've got to act like an idiot. Like you've got to have signs and wave and do all kinds of stuff.
That's why Geeter got on there. He was dancing and jumping up and down.
That's
and
what they're
doing all
looking for, and I'm not the dancing, jumping up and down guy. So I would not want to go on that particular show. Ireland, would you go on that show?
Nah, I don't think I'd be very good at it. I'd love to go on Jeopardy, but I don't think I'd do good on The Price is Right.
What's up, Foo?
All right, guys, there's a Barstool Sports true crime podcast that apparently last week led to a new arrest about a case that was a few years old. And it got me thinking, I've heard about this a few times, or true crime podcasts end up leading to, new discoveries and whatnot. And it happens to be one of the most popular podcast genres out there.
Okay.
So that's my question is, why do you think the true crime is the most popular per se? Why do people like that, the scary kind of stories? Or do they want to feel like, I can avoid this or I can add to it? You got the keyboard warriors now that go out and they find new evidence.
Right. I mean, I watch Only Murders in the Building, which is basically they're doing a true crime podcast, but it's really funny. I think it's one of the funniest shows on TV. Martin Short and Steve Martin are great. Selena Gomez is doing her best. And I think that I don't understand why people are so fascinated by true. People listen to it like every single, and I don't get it. Like I don't watch. Did you ever watch 48 Hours or one of those shows?
Right,
like
every
I'm
now
not
and then,
interested
yeah.
in those crimes
Right.
either. Like I don't want to have crimes where people are dying and stuff and have that floating around in my head. Ireland, what about you?
I've never really gotten into the true crime stuff, but I can understand the appeal. How people get away with stuff, like it's think of all the great true crime movies that have been done.
Sure.
I understand why other people like it. It's really not my thing, but I get it. I get why people would be like, what was that one guy on HBO, Mates, that actually forgot he was Mike?
Oh, well, that was unbelievable. That was one that I did watch. That was the
Yeah,
Jinx.
I can't remember the name. Yeah, and it was
And Bob
fascinating.
Durst at the end goes into the can and says, "Of course I killed him. I killed them all." So great.
I
You've never
missed
seen-
that one. No,
well,
no.
spoiler alert. It's pointless to go back now. It's a couple years ago. But, yeah, he basically acknowledged he forgot to take his mic off. They left his mic on. And so they could hear him. He goes into the can, goes into the stall, and he says to himself, "Of course I killed him. I killed them all." And they have this on tape now, and it plays in the document. It's unbelievable that he
that
could
is
have done
insane.
it. Yeah, it's one of the better ones I've seen. So yeah, but I don't listen to the true crime podcast at all. Closest I get is watching Murders in the Building. That's it.
That's a good show.
By the way, which is unbelievable because they've had 3 murders in the same building. Somebody should look into this building.
Yeah, there's something wrong with that place.
3 different people have been murdered there.
Did you watch? You've watched the whole new season?
No, we're only 2 episodes in.
I haven't watched it yet. So is it any good so far?
It's very funny.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's very funny. New guest stars, and they're doing good stuff.
They're like bigger guest stars. There's a ton more this
There's
year,
a
right?
ton more. By the way, did you know that Meryl Streep and Martin Short
Yeah.
are together now?
Yeah.
They're denying it, but it's pretty obvious that it's
That's
true.
like such an odd couple, isn't it?
Right.
They were holding hands at a
Yeah, holding
at an event.
hands. They're
Yeah.
canoodling.
Yeah.
That's what you do.
I do like
you
that show, though.
canoodle.
I think I saw today too that it's getting renewed for another season.
I'm sure.
Fourth murder in the building.
It's a big hit. How many people in that building must die? All right, coming up next for you, we will be joined by the COO of the Los Angeles Rams, Kevin Demoff, as we get ready for Sunday Rams opening at Detroit, Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Coming up today at 4 p.m.
It's the LA Afternoon Takeover with Sedano and Gat.
If you had to tell me I had to eat animal poop, I guess I would take a rabbit over anything.
Rabbit over a dog.
Rabbit's a good one.
Yeah. I mean, Lindsay, what about like if this were Chewy?
Oh, you're really just going for the home run today, aren't you?
What are you asking me? Are you asking me if I'd eat dog poop? Because the answer is no.
You just can't help yourself.
She's not eating Chewy's poop.
She's not. Okay.
Not even for a bet.
But you know what? Chewy does eat cat poop sometimes.
Ew.
Yeah, dogs do that.
I've seen dogs eat their poop, but not other animals' poop.
Dogs like cat poop.
Cat poop, though, like at least like there's like a little crunch to it.
Ew, cat.
No, it's got to like roll in a litter a little bit.
I mean, Cappy was into Coyote Pee at one point.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
Cappy's into a lot of stuff that we don't want to talk about.
I mean, he was trying to get rid of, what were you trying to get rid of?
I'm trying to get rid of my skunk.
Right, the skunk.
So then you spray Coyote Pee.
Right.
Yeah.
Sedano and Cap, every weekday after Mason and Ireland.
On 710 ESPN.
Hey, it's Travis. Accidents are devastating, and the recovery process is difficult to deal with. No one should have to face it alone. No insurance company is ever on your side. Anything you say to an insurance company can and will be used against you at any point throughout the process. Let me tell you about the law offices of Joseph S. Normand and his trusted team, and they'll treat you like family. That's why I called him when my son was in an accident. We called Joe, and he hit it out of the park. 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. That's 213-747-2000.
This is a test of the emergency alert system. This is only a test.
The LA Kings have a new home.
Hear the excitement of Kings hockey this season.
This fall, 710 ESPN and the all-new ESPN LA app is your home for every moment of the Los Angeles Kings.
Hear the excitement of Kings hockey this season in only one place. Easy to access, easy to find, easy to enjoy every Kings game and your favorite Kings podcasts.
710 ESPN and the all-new ESPN LA app.
Hi, it's LeBron. The Lakers play here.
710 ESPN.
KSPN, Los Angeles.
A good karma brands radio station.
It is Mason and Ireland on 710 ESPN. Don't get it twisted, yo. The most downloaded sports radio show in Los Angeles. The podcast, that is.
Mason and Ireland, the #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles. The #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles. And we thank all of our podcast listeners for that.
If you ever miss a moment, get your fill anytime. Just search Mason and Ireland wherever you get your podcast.
NFL season starts tomorrow. Rams open up at Detroit, a rematch of last year's tremendous playoff game that was won, unfortunately, by Detroit. So Matthew Stafford returning to Detroit. And joining us right now is the king of everything with the Rams. It is Kevin Demoff. Kevin, your title keeps changing every time. Now you're running the Stan Kroenke universe. Is that right?
Yeah, but I think Shawn McVey is the king of everything in the Rams.
That's probably true.
Yeah, no, it's right. Give credit where credit is due, I guess. Yeah. So,
Kevin, how often do you think about what could have been? Are you good at letting go to lot? Like I always think back to that game since we're going back to Detroit and the Rams are playing the Lions this week. That maybe if the Rams wouldn't have punted the ball away late in the fourth quarter, they could have made a last-minute drive. I have trouble letting go of losses. Are you the same way, or are you pretty good at it at this point in your life?
Yeah, I think I have a hard time letting go of losses in the moment, in the days after. I think last year was a year when you looked at the totality that I think we were all excited about the year as an arc. And do I get frustrated about third down, red zone, maybe a couple of fourth down conversions we gave up? Yes. But I look at last season and said, success, and the Lions game was just where our journey ended.
So you guys are hosting an opening night party at the Hollywood Forever Cemetery on Sunday, September 8th for the game. Thousands of people gathering up there. How did this whole thing come together?
Well, I think it came up with the idea that we wanted to do something big for Sunday Night Football, host a watch party, get our fans engaged and involved. It's a little strange when your first 2 weeks are on the road, but when you have a chance to open up on Sunday Night Football, which is great, the fourth time in 5 years we've opened on NBC. We wanted a chance for our fans to come celebrate, watch the game, and hopefully get a different outcome than the last time we were on Sunday Night Football in Detroit.
Kevin, have you ever been to the Hollywood Cemetery? Because I've been there, and it's incredible. It's super cool. Have you ever had a chance to go up there and do anything there?
Well, I was buried there, so I believe in reincarnation, so I come back through. I will say when our staff told me that they wanted to do a party at the cemetery, I was a little confused, but I'm pretty sure I'm not hip enough to actually understand, what happens at the cemetery or the fun party.
It's very cool.
It's great. You'll love it. It's a unique LA experience, like the Hollywood Bowl, or like Mason watched the USC game at Cosm, which is right down next to where you guys are. And these big communal events are really fun, and that's a perfect place for it.
Yeah, no, Cosm's amazing, and I've seen a bunch of the posts from Mason and everybody at ESPN LA. It's a great place to watch a game and a great addition to what we're doing at Hollywood Park. So hopefully the Hollywood Cemetery will be right along that line.
Okay, so do you believe in ghosts, since we're talking about cemeteries? Do you believe in ghosts?
I do not.
I do not either. Ireland is a huge ghost guy.
Kevin, I know. I've stayed at two haunted. Now you're working with the Nuggets in the NBA. There are two haunted hotels. You'll see this will come across your desk at some point, that these players don't want to stay in these haunted hotels. I didn't used to believe in them, but now I do. I predict, Kevin, in the next 5 years, you may not totally buy in, but something ghost-related is going to come across your desk if it hasn't already.
Well, I know Milwaukee's one of them.
Yes.
Right. Oklahoma City's the other.
Oklahoma, we'll see then I'll just not make the trips to Milwaukee and Oklahoma City.
Yeah, skip those trips. Exactly.
I think, in New Orleans has all those ghost tours as well. So, I don't believe in them, but maybe there was a ghost that got involved in some penalties that didn't go our way.
That's right.
Over the past few seasons.
Exactly. On that last drive with Puka. That I still remember that very, very well.
A ghost pass interference.
Yes, ghost pass interference is absolutely right. So I wanted to ask you about what's going on in Woodland Hills. I read an article about the brand new facility you're building. Describe what's going on out there.
Yeah, so, I think if you've seen what we've done at SoFi Stadium in Hollywood Park, Woodland Hills is the exact same idea, but using our practice facility instead of SoFi Stadium. So Stan Kroenke, about 100 acres, a third of which is currently the Village and Woodland Hills on Topanga, which is an open-air mall that's currently active and thriving. And then we bought the old promenade across the street from that, and then an old office tower adjacent to that. So we have 100 acres that's L-shaped. And where we put the new practice facility, which is temporary, is in the northeast corner of the 100 acres. The fields are where they will be permanently forever. So those fields are in for the long run. We have a temporary facility that looks like our old facility at Cal Lutheran, but is much more modern and new. And then we will start, hopefully, the entitlement process to go build the new permanent facility, along with hopefully, 5 to 10 million square feet of development in the coming year.
So at the end of the day, it's going to be like a retail movie theater kind of thing, or what are you winding up with?
It'll be Hollywood Park. So if you think about Cosm and the retail and the offices and the apartments, it'll be that in the Valley and Woodland Hills as an anchor of really a sports and entertainment district.
Kevin Demoff, the COO of the Rams, is our guest. And Kevin, answer this any way you want. If you look around sports, there are a lot of billionaires that own teams. But Stan Kroenke, the one you work for, wins. And it's not just with the Rams. Recently he's won titles with Nuggets. He's won titles in hockey. He's won titles in football. Why do you think? What separates Stan from other billionaires that, for whatever reason, can't get over the hump? And this guy gets over the hump regardless of the sport. Why do you think?
I can't speak to the others, right? I mean, winning in sports is very hard. I think Stan is driven. He hires great people, with the exception of, the king of the Rams. But I think if you look at Kroenke Sports, you have very similar blueprints with all the teams. You have, coaches who are new. So whether it's Shawn McVey or Jared Bednar at the Avalanche, or Mike Malone, who had a brief stint in Sacramento, but essentially was a new hire in Denver. You have some former players like Calvin Bluth and Joe Sakic. Les Snead played in college, first-time GMs. And then, it's building around core pieces. We had Aaron Donald and Cooper Kupp in our draft. You can look at Nathan McKinnon and Cale Makar. You can look at Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray. There's similar DNA throughout the teams. And even I think if you look at Arsenal in the English Premier League, Mikel Arteta is their version of Shawn McVey. Adu is their GM who played for them. And then their young core, Bukayo Saka, has developed through their system. So I think there's a learning that has come in Stan's 2.5 decades of owning teams, a patience, a vision, and a willingness to invest in both people, facilities, and ultimately the staff that makes it go.
So you guys are going to get a test like right off the bat. Probably two of the best teams in the NFC, Niners in week 3 and Lions, of course, on Sunday night. Do you feel like that's a good measuring stick right off the bat, playing sort of the big boys in the conference?
Look, I think they're going to be on your schedule. You want them at any point when you're playing your best. And so hopefully we can go to Detroit and play our best and get a win. You love opening with the 49ers at home. It was a great game last year. It was a good measuring stick. But I remember last year we went to Seattle. We played really well. We won.
Yep.
They were coming off a playoff appearance. And we came home against the Niners, and we played pretty well. We did not win. But ultimately that game, changed. There was a ball that went through Kyron's hands in the third quarter that really changed the game. But you knew walking away from that game, like, okay, we played the Niners tougher in that game than we had the previous year. It was a loss in, the standings, but I don't want to call it a moral win. There's no moral wins against the 49ers or really anybody. But your first month, you want to start to figure out your team, your personnel, how you grow. What I loved about last year is we were 2-2, we were 3, then we were 3-6. And we got better as the season went on. And in most of our Shawn McVay teams, we had always started hot. This was the first team that finished on fire. And I think that was a great lesson for us is it's important to open the season and play strong. But as long as this team gets better week by week and is playing its best football at the end of the year, then we'll be reckoned with. And I look at last year, we lost in overtime to the Ravens. That was our one loss in the last 2 months of the regular season.
Yeah.
We lost by 1 point to the Lions. Both of those teams went to the championship game. We were in that final 5-16 that people were talking about. But you start this year, and I can make a compelling case for 26, 27 teams, I think to exceed their expectations, and we've got to be one of those 26 or 27.
Yeah. So is this the year, Kevin? Is this the year that I do the whose house, Rams house thing in the end zone during a game?
And keep in mind, Kevin, the last time he did it, they got killed.
I had a bad break. That was a bad break.
We did talk about this 2 months ago. Your only opportunity is preseason until you prove that you can win.
Right.
That's an excellent way of handling this because the last time they did it, you guys it was at the Coliseum. And
it was at the Coliseum.
Got trounced.
Yeah. 55 to 40.
Yeah.
Yeah,
very bad.
We did hang 40 on the board, which I thought
we gave up 500 yards to Jameis Winston.
Yeah, it was a big Jameis Winston day, that's for sure. Yeah.
So,
Kevin, you're handling this perfectly.
So,
That's exactly
to be clear,
what
we've talked about this. You get a trial in preseason. The outcome of that game determines on whether you can come back. You miss preseason, so 2024 is off the table.
Okay, but listen, Sean's not playing guys in the preseason, so why should I show up and do the whose house Rams
because
house
you're not Sean.
Oh, I see. Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Sean doesn't play starters or people we know to contribute. In this case, you're trying to earn a job. You better show up in the preseason and play.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next year.
And the only comment I will give you is we do finish with 2 games at home this year in Week 17 and Week 18. If we have clinched the division in a playoff seed and we can't change our seeding, maybe.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
I'll take that.
Wow.
I'll take that.
He'll milk that for 3 months.
Because here's the thing. I think we're winning 11 games this year. So that means that the end of the season it could be clinch city, and that would open the door for me. That would be fantastic. 11 wins and me at the finale. That's a win.
You know, I think back to 2017, we played the Niners in Week 17.
Yep.
And we were locked into the 4 seed. Nothing we could do. Like, that's your scenario, maybe.
That's what I'm rooting for, maybe. I'm rooting for that, maybe. Hey, Kev, it's great catching up. We're excited for the season. Sunday night in Detroit. And, of course, if somebody wants to go to the event at the Hollywood Cemetery, how do they do that?
Go to therams.com for more information on the Hollywood Cemetery, or I guess they could die today and
sure, you can be there.
There you go.
be there Sunday.
Yeah,
but
you can.
I would prefer people go to therams.com.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Excellent. Thanks, Kevin. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Kevin.
Happy new season. All right, there's Kevin Demoff. Yeah. No, there's 2 ways to get there. You can either buy a ticket or die. Those are the 2 ways to get to the Hollywood Cemetery party.
And Brian, I'm going to have an assignment for you here.
Mm-hmm.
We just got while we were talking to Kevin, we got a very interesting tweet.
Oh, boy.
From someone named Payman.
Payman, okay.
He makes a good point here.
Mm-hmm.
Brian, I need you to pull the failed McVay interview, the one at right after 2 o'clock.
It was very good.
All right, so here's Payman makes a good point here. Shawn says to us, "Sorry, guys, I can't hear you. I can only hear my echo." You say, "Okay, we'll just talk to you next week." And McVay says, "Okay, sounds good. I'll talk to you guys next week."
Oh, that's a good point.
So he did. He actually did say that. Those were real things that happened.
So he actually could hear us.
Could he hear us?
No.
But he found a way to blow us off.
He got on the phone with me after. He's like, "I'm really sorry, man. It's like doing the national anthem and hearing yourself coming back. It's just so very distracting."
There's a thing in radio called mix minus that sometimes trips people up. Like sometimes I'm on remote today. I'm in Idaho. I'll be in studio tomorrow. But sometimes you hear yourself back. If that was happening, he could still hear us, but he wouldn't be able to engage in a conversation.
So he wasn't able to.
That's what happened?
That's what happened. And because Kevin
All right,
Demoff
Brian,
was just on. Kevin Demoff was just on the exact same line.
Exact same
so
line.
It wasn't our phones.
Yeah.
It was just something was going on with it.
Yeah, there was a mix minus thing going on.
All right.
Okay.
Anyway, thanks to Kevin Demoff for joining us. That's
hey,
cool.
Mace, you should consider doing that Hollywood Cemetery thing. That thing is fun.
Super cool there.
I totally thought about it, and then I also thought I kind of like being in bed with the dogs watching the game.
Sure.
You know, that's also a thing. Because the thing is, I'm going to be nervous. I don't know if I want to be around other people.
Well, as you learned when you went to Cosm,
yep.
If the game breaks right, there's nothing like a communal experience with other fans who are rooting for your team. It's super fun, but they may not win. The Rams may not win, and then you would haul your butt all the way to the Hollywood Cemetery and be miserable.
Right.
But, you already got a good communal experience this week when you went to Cosm.
Yes, exactly. No, that was fun. That was really fun. By the way,
Cosm no, they don't do NFL yet.
No,
right?
not yet.
Okay.
Not yet. By the way, I got a text from Demoff. It says, "There was a pretty bad echo. Your important guests might care." So this is an us thing, I think.
It might be an us thing. I want to,
call one of the engineers. We've got a team of engineers.
Oh, we do?
Yeah, we've got a team of engineers that will swarm around here and fix it right away.
All right, I'm going to try something.
I don't think that's true.
All right, coming up next for you, we are going to give our picks for the 8 division winners, the 6 wild cards, and who our Super Bowl picks are. Brian's going to do it. Bergman's going to do it. Ireland's going to do it. I'm going to do it next. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
The most followed sports radio station in America.
710 ESPN.
At ESPN Los Angeles on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch.
LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
Hey guys, it's Cappy here, and let me talk to you about this issue of dealing with your homeowner's insurance. So your home floods, right? You have a big giant flood at your house, and you realize that the insurance adjuster is trying to pay you so little that you won't be able to repair the damage. That is when you call Avner Gat. Avner Gat is a public insurance adjuster who is on your side. Look, you can try and negotiate with the insurance company yourself. I've tried. You're going to find out very quickly it is not that simple. Avner Gat and his team negotiate on your behalf to make sure you're getting the best possible outcome, not the insurance company. He and his team have been dealing with insurance companies for so many years. It's all they do. They've got the experience. They've got the industry know-how that you need on your side. Now, some of these folks used to work for insurance companies before they joined Avner's team, and Avner Gat himself has 20 years of experience in this industry. Avner Gat has one of the largest teams of professional, licensed public adjusters in California, and yes, the size is important. Avner has a unique winning recipe for handling homeowners' insurance claims. No one, and I mean no one, messes around with Avner Gat and his team. Call Avner Gat, 818-917-5256, 818-917-5256, or visit AvnerGat.com. That's AVNERGAT, AvnerGat.com. You call Avner Gat, 818-917-5256. Avner takes the call himself. Hello!
This college football season, 710 ESPN and the all-new ESPN LA app is your home for USC football. Never miss a moment. Download the all-new ESPN LA app today. Just search ESPN LA in your app store or Google Play. Download, tap, bam!
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control of your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-687-5192. That's 800-687-5192. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-687-5192.
Warning, the following ZipRecruiter radio spot you are about to hear is going to be filled with F words.
When you're hiring, we at ZipRecruiter know you can feel frustrated, forlorn even, like your efforts are futile, and you can spend a fortune trying to find fabulous people, only to get flooded with candidates who are just fine. Fortunately, ZipRecruiter figured out how to fix all of that. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. With ZipRecruiter, you can forget your frustrations because we find the right people for your roles fast, which is our absolute favorite F word. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day.
Fantastic.
So, whether you need to hire 4, 40, or 400 people, get ready to meet first-rate talent. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. Don't forget, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free. Finally, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Hi, this is Matthew Stafford of your Los Angeles Rams. This is Mason and Ireland on your home of Rams football, 710 ESPN.
All right, Ireland, we're going to try something. We've been having problems with the phone. So what we did was we had Bergman jump on the phones, and he's calling us from his phone from the next room and joining us right now on the line that has given us problems with both Kevin Demoff and Shawn McVey. Greg Bergman joins us. Greg, thank you very much for coming on to the show. How are you?
Thank you very much for having me.
Yes.
I am absolutely getting myself coming back to me right now.
So it is annoying.
Yes. No, every time I talk, I hear myself, and that is, I don't like my own voice. I don't need to hear it again.
Okay,
right,
so
it is a problem on our end.
It is a problem on our end.
I thought you were making the Demoff thing up.
No,
he
absolutely did text me, yeah.
Okay, so we got a funky. Well, somebody tell Sedano and Cap if they have guests coming on today, they may want to use a different line.
Well, they do. Cooper Kupp is coming on at 4:15.
Oh, wow.
So we have to figure that out
before Coop comes on. All right, so we're going to do some picks. Yeah, actually, we'll go a little past our clock or whatever the hell we're working with here.
Yeah, you're fine.
all of us are going to pick the 8 division winners and the 6 wild cards. So let's start in the AFC East. Buffalo, Miami, Jets, and Patriots. That was the order of finish last year. John, who do you like this year?
I think Miami wins the division, and I have Buffalo making the playoffs as a wild card.
Okay. Brian?
I'm also on Miami winning the division.
Okay. Buffalo getting a wild card?
Yes.
Okay, Buffalo getting a wild card. Bergman?
I do not have that. I have Buffalo winning the division and Miami not making the playoffs.
One team from the AFC.
I have Buffalo winning the division and Miami as one of the wild cards. Okay, let's go AFC North. This is Baltimore, Cleveland, Pittsburgh, and Cincinnati. By the way, every team over 500 last year in that division. That's a tough division. Ireland, where are you going?
I have 3 teams from this division making the playoffs.
Interesting.
Ravens winning it, Bengals finishing second, and the Browns finishing third, but getting the last wild card spot.
Interesting.
So 3 of the 4 teams, I think, are making the postseason.
Okay, Bergman?
I have Cincinnati winning the division and then Baltimore in the wild card.
That is Brian?
I have the same exact thing as Greg.
And I have the exact same thing. I have Cincinnati winning the division and Baltimore as the wild
card. And none of you
Burrow.
think the Browns are going to make it?
I do not.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. I do not.
I don't trust Deshaun Watson at all.
AFC South, Houston, Jacksonville, Indy, and Tennessee. What do you think, Ireland?
I have Houston winning the division, and that's the only team from that division I have making the postseason.
Okay, Bergman?
I have Houston winning the division, but I also have Jacksonville getting into the playoffs for the 3rd year in a row.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, Brian?
Houston in the division, nobody else.
I have.
By the way, Greg, Jacksonville didn't make the playoffs last
They
year.
were 9-8.
They were,
but didn't
they
make
were
the
right at
playoffs.
the back. That's right.
I'm going Houston to win the division and Indianapolis to get a wild card.
Really?
Yeah, they were 9-8 last year. This year they have Anthony Richardson. I'm super high on him. He may be one of my picks in the fantasy draft tonight.
Okay.
AFC West, Kansas City, the mighty Raiders, the mighty Chargers, and the Denver Broncos. Ireland, where are you going?
Chiefs win the division, and that's the only team I have making the playoffs.
You have nobody else in the division.
No, the Chargers were my last team out, but I picked the Browns over the Chargers.
Okay. Bergman?
I have KC winning the division as well, but I actually forgot. I have the Jets from the AFC North going in. AFC East.
You don't have the Raiders in the playoffs?
I do not have the Raiders in the playoffs. But I have them beating the Chargers as an overall record.
Oh, of course. Chiefs division hands down, and my last team in the wild card is, of course, the Chargers.
My only team from the division is Kansas City. I have nobody else in a wild card position. All right, so there you have it. There's the AFC. Let's go NFC. NFC East, Dallas, Philly, the Giants, and the Commanders. Ireland, where are you going?
I'm picking the Eagles to win the division and the Cowboys to make it as a wild card.
Okay. Bergman?
I have the exact same thing. Eagles winning and Dallas in as a wild card.
Brian?
Eagles winning the division. That's it.
No Dallas.
No Dallas.
Okay. I've got Eagles winning the division and Dallas as a wild card. Dallas is a wild card. All right. NFC North, Detroit, Green Bay, Minnesota, and Chicago. John, where are you going?
Detroit wins the division. Green Bay in as a wild card.
Okay. Bergman.
Ireland and I are very much the same in the NFC. I have the exact same thing. Detroit winning the division and Green Bay in the wild card.
Brian?
Flip-flop. I think Green Bay is going to win the division, and Detroit will be the wild card team.
And you guys know what I'm going to do. Bears to win the division and Detroit as the wild card. I've been saying it for weeks.
Okay.
NFC South, Tampa. This is, by the way, a terrible division.
Awful division.
Tampa, the Saints, Atlanta, and Carolina. Somebody's got to win the division, John.
Atlanta is who I'm taking, and it's the only team I have making the playoffs.
Bergman?
I took Tampa Bay just because you got to take someone from that division, and that's it.
No wild cards. Brian?
I took the Falcons to win the division and the Bucks to make the wild card.
As a wild card? Okay, and I've got the only team I got going is Atlanta winning the division. Atlanta winning the division.
Okay.
All right, NFC West. Niners, Rams, Seahawks, Cardinals, Ireland. You going to make the obvious pick?
Yeah. Niners win the division. Rams make it as a wild card.
Okay. Bergman?
I go opposite. I have Rams winning the division and the Niners in the wild card.
Wow.
Yeah.
Bergman.
Yep.
Brian?
And Niners division, Rams wild card.
Okay, and I've got Rams winning the division and the Niners as a wild card. I've got the Rams winning 11 games this year. 11
so you know
wins.
what none of us did?
What?
On average, 6 new teams make the playoffs every year. 6 of the 14 teams that will be teams that didn't make it last year. And we didn't pick a lot of teams like that. None of us did. I picked the Falcons, Mace, so did you.
I picked Indy.
They didn't make it last year. You picked Indy. But almost everybody else I picked made it a year ago. I picked the Bengals. They didn't make it a year ago.
Yeah, I picked the Bengals.
But I only took 2 teams that didn't make the playoffs last year to make it this year, and that's too low. On average, 6 teams do. So we're probably sleeping on somebody. I just don't know who it is.
Yeah, we're all you never know, right? Until
we're all pretty chalky.
We are very chalky. Although some of them, I mean, I'm probably the most out there because I got the Bears winning.
Yeah, you get the Bears, you get the Falcons.
I get the Falcons winning. I get the Rams winning. That would be upset city. Because most people have the Niners. So, yeah, but you're right. There are teams that go from last to first all the time
almost
in the
every
league.
Year.
It's the way it is.
You would be right about the Bears. The Bears would go from last to first.
Yeah, that's true. There's my last to first.
I think they're going to be really good.
I do too.
Caleb's going to be good. I just think they're going to come up short.
You watched Hard Knocks, right?
Yeah, but I fall for the Hard Knocks thing every year. I watch Hard Knocks, I fall in love with the team, and then they lay an egg. So we'll see if the Bears can overcome the Hard Knocks curse.
All right, coming up next, I have asked Twitter for help in making the number 3 pick in our fantasy league tonight, and I'm going to abide by our listeners, by our tweeters. So we'll do that coming up next. Then we got Game of Games. It is my game today, Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN. Oh, let me tell you about Commerce Casino and Hotel. So Monday Night Football, brand new spot for Monday Night Football, Shadano and Cap at Commerce Casino and Hotel all season long, starting on Monday with Niners, Jets, live broadcast, lots of food and drink specials, giveaways, bar games, all kinds of stuff. I'm telling you, I love Commerce Casino. It's where we held the Mandy's. It's where we're having Monday Night Football this year with Sedano and Cap. It's where the WSOP is returning. The World Series of Poker is going to be back November 13th through the 26th. I'm going to be playing in that. You can check your skills against some of the best poker players in the world. This is a key stop on the WSOP Tour. Again, November 13th through 26th. Check the website, commercecasino.com, for tournament schedule and special player rates on hotel rooms. And, of course, big story, Shadano and Cap live starting Monday night at Commerce Casino for Monday Night Football. Commerce Casino, located on Telegraph Road in Commerce. For more information and a calendar of events, go to commercecasino.com. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Hey, what up?
Really excited to see the new schools come into play at the Coliseum. Obviously, you're going to have Notre Dame to finish the season. That's always a special game. But seeing Nebraska showing up, Penn State showing up, LSU at the Collie, that's what I'm really looking forward to.
I think both programs, the men's football program and the men's basketball program, are moving in the right direction. And the women's basketball program at USC is going to be ranked top 5 next year. So it's a great time for the USC Trojans to be back on ESPN LA.
I'm really curious to see, what does USC football look like without Caleb Williams? What are the adjustments that Lincoln Riley makes? And what is the defense going to look like in the non-Alex Grinch era?
New conference, new quarterback, just really fired up on the football side. New head coach for basketball, so almost like a really new team, which is going to be awesome. And then returning to prominence for USC women's basketball, to be back to where USC women's basketball is. I'm super excited to see Juju in her second year, but just the rest of the players continue to grow under Coach Godley.
This beautiful thing has been up since the first time SC was here. But guess what? USC is back! And once again, this means something for us. Pumped for this season. USC Athletics back on 710 ESPN.
Please celebrate responsibly.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online at hims.com/joy. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation to determine the ED medication that's best for you. Discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and a range of treatment options, including trusted generic alternatives to the name brands, at up to 95% off. ED is personal, and at Hims, so is treating it. Just go to hims.com/joy and get connected to a licensed medical provider online for free, with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit, hims.com/joy.
And it is Mason and Ireland on 710 ESPN, the OGs of LA Sports Radio. We're here each weekday, 1 to 4 p.m. for your afternoon. Sandwiched between Travis and Sliwa and Sonato and Cap. Mason and Ireland continues now.
All right, as we continue the phone line saga, we've got a call, John, here. Let's go to it. We've got Chris on line 11. Chris, welcome to the show. How are you?
Now, I'm testing to hear if I hear myself back. I don't right now. We made an adjustment on the technical operations.
So
what adjustment did you make?
It's a long story, but we have what's called on the console mixed minuses.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's how we do certain things. So we set up a mixed minus bridge. See, Greg and I are the only actual engineers of the radio station. That has become apparent.
Yes.
The actual engineers don't know how this place was designed.
Mm-hmm.
So we might have solved it for now.
Okay, so you think Sedano and Cap are safe to have Cooper Kupp on at 4:15?
And Sean Cody at 5:15.
Awesome. Okay. Hey, one last thing. Thank you. Thank you for calling. Screw Morales. All right. So, John, our fantasy draft is tonight.
Yes, it is. As you know, Mason, it's a day I look forward to every year.
Morales is fished.
That you hung up
the
on
last
him?
time you played around with dial tones.
Oh. Yeah, I know, but that's over.
Person didn't want to be here
That's
anymore.
over. No, that had nothing to do with it.
Chris, has Mason lost a friend?
Oh, yeah. Have I lost a friend? Actually, frankly, we were never friends.
You and me?
Yeah. We haven't been friends since I
have many text messages saying from you.
Really?
Saved, screenshotted, saying
really
you appreciate our friendship.
Oh, did I really?
Yeah.
God, I get stoned way too often.
Are we doing the giveaway?
Yeah. What do you got?
Join ESPN LA at Hollywood Park Casino in the Rays Lounge for a Hispanic Heritage Month celebration on Wednesday, September 11th. Sedano and Cap will be broadcasting live from 3 to 6. Then, starting at 6:30 p.m., Sedano will speak to the Hall of Fame Spanish language voice of the Dodgers, Jaime Jarrín.
Legend.
Now this copy's changed. It was one thing yesterday. Now they're changing it.
Oh, interesting.
At 7 p.m., Mario Ruiz will speak with LAFC defenseman Ilya Sanchez. LAFC. Ilya Sanchez. Right now, you want to be there for the party, oh party?
Yeah.
Caller number 7 and 10 at 877-710-ESPN. You're going to win a pair of VIP passes. Or you can go to ESPNLA.com for more details. Park, party, and play at Hollywood Park Casino, LA's premier card room. Must be 21 and older to enter. Elevate your game at Hollywood Park Casino. Are you sure McVay just didn't want to talk to you?
Pretty sure, because I found out. Thank you to Kevin Demoff for apparently working through it, because he was hearing himself come back to his. But anyway, the phones are fixed. We're doing our engineering live on the air, which I think is
unique to us.
Unique to everybody.
Yeah.
I don't think this is going anywhere else.
That's our construction issues 2 years ago are what caused Live Imaging Tuesday.
Is that right?
Because
Mm-hmm.
you said, because we had no ability to play imaging or put new in, you said, just do it live.
So did I invent Live Imaging Tuesday?
Yeah, pretty much.
Wow.
Then Sedano and
I
Cap.
like it more now.
You
Sedano
and Bill O'Reilly, man.
Sedano and Cap asked for it more. They asked for it to be a thing.
Okay.
And then once they did, you said, why not our show?
I don't believe I did that.
Yeah, you did.
No, I didn't.
Do you have that high-pitched voice, too?
Yeah, I did not, and I did not make that gesture at all.
John, what's the temperature right now in Idaho?
That is a great question. It is 91 degrees.
91.
So it's about 10 degrees cooler there right now than it's going to be Friday. The official, actually more than that. The official report is 107 on Friday in Yorba Linda.
For the golf tournament?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Ooh.
We're getting misters.
Mister? Are we getting misters?
Yeah.
For us or just for the afternoon show?
No.
Because I would imagine that it's probably mostly for the afternoon guys.
If you want me to not give you misters,
Shadano and Cat get the misters. I want misters. I want my own mister.
I wanted to mist all over you.
Yeah, no, I want a Mason mister.
Not to be confused, Chris, with Mr.
Mister.
Broken wings.
Exactly.
I will take those broken wings.
Exactly.
No, you will have a mister.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Yeah.
Individually, will each person get their own mister?
This is a guy who won't share his hot tub, Chris. Remember that.
Yeah.
Okay. 2 misters per set. Exactly.
There
right.
it is. Now,
There's
Morales,
Mister.
are you doing the one and done pool? I sent you the information. Have you signed up?
Do I have to do it tonight?
Yeah. Well, the season starts tomorrow. I don't know if
But
you've
do
heard
I have
this.
until 5?
No, you could do it. If you miss tonight's game, you just can't pick the
Tomorrow night's game.
Thursday
Yeah, tomorrow night's game. You just can't pick it.
I'm going
And
to take the
then
Chiefs
There's a
tomorrow
game
night.
Friday this week too, Chris.
What now? Oh yeah,
There's
that's
a
right.
Friday night game this week.
Yeah, we got
in
the
Sao
Brazil
Paulo,
game.
Brazil.
Yeah.
Well, who doesn't like to go Brazil once in a
You
while?
don't play fantasy though, do you?
No.
No. Yeah, Bergman doesn't play. Brian plays. I play. Ireland and I are in the same league. I get the number 3 pick tonight. I put this out on Twitter. Who should I take?
Who do they
Tyreek
think
Hill
you should take?
or Bijan Robinson? Who do you think they said?
Well, if Bijan Robinson is still there when I pick at 8, I'm taking him.
They say take Tyreek Hill at number 3.
Well, I don't think Tyreek Hill's going to be there for you.
66%. Well, it's either. Wait a minute. Are you sure?
Yeah, I think McCaffrey goes 1 and Tyreek goes 2.
Then I go CD.
Feel free.
Yeah, I go CD
Then you're
at
tied
3.
to Dak for the rest of the season.
You mean the guy who had just a gigantic season last year?
I'm telling you.
Dak had one of the best seasons in the
You
league.
and Jerry Jones, match made in heaven. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go. All right. Anything else,
Are you
Sam
going
Morales?
to take the? What if you take the Rams? Are you going to take the Rams this
No,
week?
I'm not. No, I'm not taking the Rams for this game at Detroit.
No?
No, because I think this is a toss-up game. Don't you?
I think the Rams-
Toss-up.
I think with Kelly Stafford reportedly not going
She's
to the
not
game,
going, no.
that maybe,
Now, why would you tie this to
that have to
that
Kelly
maybe
with
Matthew will be
anything?
more focused.
Oh, don't tie this to Kelly Stafford.
Just saying.
Kelly's the
By the way,
best.
I'm a
I like
huge Kelly
Kelly
fan.
Yeah, I love Kelly Stafford.
I like that she's outspoken.
And she's got her podcast and everything.
Exactly
too.
right.
Yeah. All right. Coming up next for you, going to do Game of Games. It is my game today. And then we got Shadano and Cap and the Supercross coming up as well. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
All right, if you listen to the station, you know I've been talking about Dr. Monica Madden in Beverly Hills Ortho. She's the greatest. She cares about your smile. She cares about your teeth. Dr. Madden loves supporting our listeners, and she loves athletes, whether you're on the field, the court, or the track. Dr. Madden and her team will ensure you get the best orthodontic care to keep your smile strong and healthy through every practice and every game. They have 4 locations, so your orthodontic treatment is convenient no matter where you are. Beverly Hills Ortho is the place to go. So if you need orthodonture, go to BeverlyHillsOrtho.com. That's the website, BeverlyHillsOrtho.com. Check it out today. Dr. Monica Madden, she's one of our favorite people. She'll take care of you like she takes care of us. BeverlyHillsOrtho.com.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News and World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
Hey guys, it's Cappy here, and I want to talk about my friend Avner Gat, a public adjuster. Now, many of you guys have asked me, why Avner Gat? What makes his team so unique at handling insurance claims? So let me tell you something. I've been working with Avner and his team for a while. I can tell you this. Avner Gat has a dynamic team that's highly effective and successful because these folks come from a very diverse background in the insurance industry. For example, some of them used to work for insurance companies before they joined Avner's team. Yes, they actually chose to switch sides when they realized the effectiveness of Avner's team's work. Some of them used to be in the restoration business, rebuilding homes after disasters. Some of them used to be in the contents handling business, moving homeowners' belongings to a safe place for restoration and storage. Some of them were experts in hazardous materials handling, like asbestos and lead testing. That was their daily work. And some of them were members of law firms handling bad faith claims and general business disputes. You see, diversification is the name of the game. When you are represented by Avner Gat's team, you have the entire team's experience and know-how by your side. No one, and I mean no one, messes with Avner Gat and his team. So call Avner Gat right now, 818-917-5256, 818-917-5256. That's AvnerGat.com. AVNERGAT. AvnerGat.com. When you call him directly, Avner Gat and his family, they take the calls themselves. Avner Gat says, hello.
Park, party, and play at Hollywood Park Casino, LA's premier card room. Now open 24/7. Play no-bust blackjack, poker, and more. Enjoy Century Bar & Grill's flavorful menu for lunch or late-night dinners. Watch your favorite teams and catch up with friends on game days. Unwind and enjoy live music and crafted cocktails at Ray's Lounge. Easy parking and access, Hollywood Park Casino. Located next door to the Forum and SoFi Stadium. Park, party, and play. Hollywood Park Casino. Elevate your game.
Must be 21 and older to enter. These are approved DOJ games. Geico 004527. Geico 003871.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. This college football season, 710 ESPN and the all-new ESPN LA app is your home for USC football. Never miss a moment. Download the all-new ESPN LA app today. Just search ESPN LA in your App Store or Google Play. Download, tap, bam!
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
710 ESPN.
And it is time for Game of Games on the #1 sports radio show in LA, Mason and Ireland.
Game of Games.
Game of Games presented by CallJacob.com.
Call Jacob.
Everyone loves a fighter, but in this town, winning matters, especially after an accident. So remember, anyone can fight, but CallJacob.com is here for you when you need a big win. After an accident, go to CallJacob.com or call 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. We got the jingle.
Call Jacob.
Thank you. Game of Games time. Take it away, Mace.
All right, here we go. We are joined by DeAndre from the afternoon show, who's going to play along with us. It's Ireland, Bergman, Brian, and DeAndre. I've called this a Mod Podge. Now, that is a word that Greg claims is real.
Yeah, it is.
I always think it's a hodgepodge. Greg calls it a Mod Podge.
I've heard it both ways.
But I've named it the Mod Podge game. So some of these are general NFL, some are about the Rams, and some are about the USC Trojans. Okay?
There is a product, Greg, called Mod Podge. I just looked it up.
Yes, Mod Podge.
But I don't think it's a word. It's a phrase.
We're running with it. Mod Podge
right,
it
let's
is.
go.
All right, #1. Who threw for more yards last season? Jared Goff or Dak Prescott? Jared Goff or Dak Prescott? Ireland.
Dak.
Dak. Bergman.
Dak.
Dak. Brian.
Dak.
Dak. DeAndre.
Going with the crowd. Dak.
Correct answer. Goff. 45-76. Dak 45-16. The order of finish in terms of total yards last year: Tua #1, Goff #2, Dak #3.
Wow.
#2. Who had more career passing yards for USC? Carson Palmer or Matt Leinart? Carson Palmer or Matt Leinart? This is your specialty, Bergman. USC history. Who do you think?
I am really good at USC. Well, but both those. Palmer played more years.
They both played 4 years.
Yeah.
Better receivers. Let's go with Carson Palmer.
Carson Palmer. Brian?
Matt Leinart.
Matt Leinart. DeAndre?
I'm going Matt Leinart.
Matt Leinart. Ireland?
I'm going Carson Palmer.
Correct answer. Carson Palmer, yeah. He threw for 11,818, and Leinart threw for 10,693. So it was close, about 600 yards apart.
I got it right.
You did. You know your USC football.
Sure do.
#3, who led the Rams in all-purpose yards last year? All-purpose yards. Was it Puka Nacua or Kyron Williams? Puka Nacua or Kyron Williams? Brian?
Kyron Williams.
Kyron Williams. DeAndre?
I'm going to go Puka.
Puka. Ireland?
Puka.
Puka. And Bergman?
Yeah, Puka. Kyron was hurt a couple games.
Yeah, the correct answer is Puka, 1,575. Kyron was second with 1,379, despite missing 4 games. So that's a huge run.
So who else got that right besides me?
I've got Ireland 2, Bergman 2, DeAndre 1, Brian Nutton.
Okay. Cool.
Number 4. Who holds the all-time USC record for passing yards in a game? Is it Keaton Slovis or Caleb Williams? Keaton Slovis or Caleb Williams? DeAndre.
I'm going to go in Slovis.
Going Slovis, Ireland.
You're talking about in one game.
One game, USC record for passing yards in a game.
I'm going to go Slovis.
Slovis. Bergman.
Yeah, I'm going Slovis.
Slovis. And
Not
Brian.
me. Give me Caleb.
Yeah, you are not your
Damn.
guy, Brian. It is Keaton Slovis. He threw for 515 against UCLA in 2019. Caleb was number 4 with 470 against UCLA in 2022.
Love that both those are against UCLA.
That's why I picked it. That's why I picked it. All right, number 5. Who had more tackles last year in the NFL? Bobby Wagner for Seattle or Ernest Jones for the Rams? Bobby Wagner for Seattle or Ernest Jones for the Rams? Ireland.
Ernest Jones had a lot. I'll go Bobby Wagner.
Bobby Wagner. Bergman.
I'm going to go Ernest Jones.
Ernest
He had
Jones.
like 40-some.
Brian.
Give me Bobby.
Bobby. And DeAndre.
I'll take Ernest.
Correct answer. Bobby Wagner. Bobby was number 1. Ernest was number 11 with 143 tackles. So wasn't all that close. I've got Ireland 4, Bergman 3, DeAndre 2, and Brian 1. Number 6. Who has more career rushing touchdowns for USC? Lendell White or Charles White? Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Lendell White or Charles White.
You should know your USC.
I do. Yeah. For some reason, it didn't sound right, but it is correct.
They were both running backs.
Lendell White or Charles White, Bergman?
Lendell White.
Lendell White. Brian?
I never heard of a Charles White. Let's go Charles White.
Oh, he was.
He was a Heisman Trophy winner, but yeah.
I know that one.
Never heard of him. We'll go Lendale.
Lendell and Ireland.
I'm just simply basing the Lendale split his TDs with Reggie Bush, and Charles White had them all to himself, so I'll go Charles.
Correct answer. Lendell White.
Hey.
52 career rushing touchdowns to Charles White with 49 career rushing
What's the
touchdowns.
score now?
Ireland 4, Bergman 4, DeAndre 3, Brian 1.
How many left?
Okay.
I got 3 left. Number 7. Who had more receiving yards for the Rams last year? Tutu Atwell or DeMarcus Robinson? Tutu Atwell or DeMarcus Robinson? I think you're up, right, Bergman?
Sure. Too early, and maybe a little bit late. DeMarcus came on late. I'm going to go DeMarcus
Robinson. Brian?
Tutu Atwell.
Tutu Atwell. DeAndre?
I'm going 2-2.
2-2. Ireland?
2-2.
2-2 is the correct answer.
dang
Yeah,
it.
he had 514 receiving yards last year. Somebody said it, but they're dead on right. 2-2 early and DeMarcus Robinson late.
Yeah, that's
he
right.
finished with 414 receiving yards.
He got a bunch in the first couple weeks.
Ireland has a lead. 5. Bergman
So I gotta go
4.
first,
DeAndre 4. Brian 2. 2 questions left. Brian, you're out.
Damn.
Like the Chargers soon will be.
Whoa.
Oh, yeah.
And your hair.
Nice.
And your hair.
Easy.
Number 8. Which returning USC player had more tackles for loss last season? Tackles for loss. Was it Bear Alexander or Jalen Smith? Bear Alexander or Jalen Smith, most tackles for loss for USC last year. Ireland, you start.
I'm going Jalen Smith.
Jalen Smith. Bergman.
I'm not going to go against you just yet. Jalen Smith.
Jalen Smith. DeAndre.
I'm going to go Bear Alexander.
And guess what? It is Bear
Hey.
Alexander. Yes,
Oh,
Bergman
great.
missed your opportunity there.
Shoot.
So DeAndre has now tied it at 5-5. Bergman is 1 back, and we're down to one last question.
Woo.
You know what?
We don't have any more questions?
No, I'll do it. Who had more rushing touchdowns last year? Raheem Mostert or Kyron Williams? Raheem Mostert or Kyron Williams? We go to Ireland.
Mostert.
I lost.
DeAndre.
I'm going Mostert.
And
It is Mostert.
It is
I'm not-
Mostert. Yeah, but the reason I hesitate on that question is because I think I said earlier in the show Raheem Mostert led the league in touchdowns.
You said it for the
last
last 3 days.
Have I been
Yeah.
big? Well, that's because you took him on your fantasy team.
Right.
And
Well,
we've been
that's
talking
not
about
my
Devin
fault.
and Shane and stuff. All right. So we got a tiebreaker. This is Ireland and DeAndre. If you combine last year's rushing totals for Raheem Mostert and Kyron Williams, what is the total yardage? Total yardage, Kyron Williams plus Raheem Mostert.
Okay. I think I know. Okay. We can go over, right?
Yeah, you can go over.
All right. I'm ready whenever you
Okay. Now, can I tell you something honestly here?
Yeah.
I did not do the math on this yet.
Okay.
So
it's going to be we're going to find out when you find out.
So go ahead and give me your answers.
Say it again. I'll do the math.
Raheem Mostert plus Kyron Williams yardage. Ireland, what's your guess?
2,200.
2,200. DeAndre, what's yours?
I want 4,000.
4,000. I can already tell you that Ireland is the winner. Right?
Well, they didn't rush. Neither one of them rushed for 2,000
No, neither
yards.
one rushed for 2,000 yards.
I just figured that they each rushed for 1,100.
I don't even need the right answer. You lost, DeAndre. 4,000 is a lot of yards. Yeah.
Greg, did you figure out what the actual answer was?
I'm doing it right now. I had to look them up. Mostert was
1,100.
I just figured 1,100 for each guy.
2156. Yeah, you were right on it, Joe.
1144 for Kyron, 1,012 for Mostert.
Yeah, I'm going to finish the game next week. I'm going to actually go through and do the math on the tiebreaker before
you're
we
not
get to
good
this
at
point.
math, though. So.
I'm bad at math. It's not my specialty. Hey, great job, DeAndre. You came close.
Always.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Killing it on the afternoons.
Appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
Doing a great job. All right, there's DeAndre Hawkins from the afternoon show, and Shadano and Cap is coming up for you in minutes. Did I mention Raheem Mostert led the league in touchdowns last year?
Yeah, I think you did.
Who came in second? Did you mention that part yet?
I did not.
Who came in second?
Do you know?
Kyron Williams.
Oh, it was Kyron Williams.
Oh, crazy how that works out.
Yeah, it is. I use those two guys. All right.
Wait 5 more seconds and then go.
I'll tell you, today's show has been interesting. It's been an adventure.
It's been a
technical bonanza.
It's not on Capper there now.
Are both of them here?
Yeah, they're on Comrex's. They're ready for you.
All right, let's do some super crosstalk.
ESPN AM 710 Los Angeles.
KRDC AM 1110 Pasadena, Los Angeles.
K256CX 99.1 FM Pasadena, Los Angeles.
It's the greatest segment in LA sports radio history.
Oh my God. When the shows come together for magic on the radio.
It will only grow stronger. Super Crosstalk. Are we ready for Sedano and Cap to join Mason in Ireland?
Super Crosstalk begins.
Super Crosstalk, presented by Coors Light. Coors Light, made to chill.
It's time for Super Crosstalk.
There he is, Shadano and Cap rolling in here now for some Super Crosstalk. Those guys are on the road. Where are you right now, Shadano?
I am home.
Oh, okay.
I have a flight to catch.
Got it.
So I'm here.
Where are you headed this week?
Chapel Hill, North Carolina.
Oh, very nice.
James Worthy country.
Yeah, you have to say hello to Jim Lampley, who is now a teacher there, right, Cappy? A professor there.
Is,
well, wait. Do you remember? And by the way, I'm hearing myself back for the guys in the studio.
God. Lots of echoing.
So whatever adjustment they made, they took it off the phone and handed it to Sedano.
CapEx.
Yeah.
So when I was in Chapel Hill last year, Cappy on the air says to me, and I don't hear myself, so whatever you guys did is great. He says to me, "Hey, I think you and Jim Lampley should get together." I'm like, well, that'd be great. I don't really know him. He's like, no, I got this. I'm going to text him. You go to his house and have a pizza.
Go to his house?
Yeah. Cappy wanted me to go to Jim Lampley's house to have a pizza with him, even though we'd never met before.
What an adventure that would be, huh?
Well, he's an angel of a guy.
Yeah, he is. He's the best. He's
the
best.
An angel of a guy. And here's what'll happen, George. You go to Jim Lampley's house.
Yep.
You, first of all, once he knows that you're with me and Mace, it is immediate bring it in.
You're in.
Right.
You are in.
You are family to Jim Lampley if you're with me and Mason. That's number one.
How do you know Lampley? Oh, obviously the San Diego connection, right, Cappy?
Yeah, but he and I go back even well before that into the mid-'90s when I was first introduced to him. And then when I did, this is in 1999-ish, I asked him, hey, man, I'm thinking about coming to San Diego. What do you think about this? And he kind of really helped put, Johnny I, you'll appreciate this, he helped put me and Billy Ray together back in the old school days.
Wow.
And then, he lived nearby, and we were always, we just got along great. And let me tell you something, he mentored me, if you will, through my divorce and through some really, really hard times.
Oh,
so just
wow.
like close, like brothers. And so all I'm saying to you is this, George. You go to Jim Lampley's house. You knock on the door, unannounced, by the way. Okay?
Yeah.
You don't even have to call him and tell him you're coming. You knock on the door.
Just send the address.
Right.
Yeah.
And then he opens the door, and you go, Jim, George Sedano here to call a North Carolina game. Partners with Cap and colleagues with Mason. Immediately, Lampley goes, you, right here. Bring it in.
There you go.
Immediate hug, family,
Pizza.
dinner.
What do you like,
want.
pepperoni or sausage? Sausage or pepperoni? Is that
And
what
I would even argue
me
this. Tell me this, Mace. Tell me if you think I'm crazy.
Okay.
Once George announces that he's with me and you, Lampley immediately breaks down and starts crying.
I got to tell you, that is 100% true. Jim is like one of the most emotional. Talk about wearing your emotions on your sleeves. That is Jim. I think he will cry. Right. I think he will. I think he will sob when you get there, George. So if you want tears and pizza, go to Lampley's house.
If he does not cry immediately, I'm going to give you about 3 different sports history moments to bring up to him that will guarantee make him bawl and cry like a little baby.
Okay.
Are you in?
Sure. Why not? Doesn't he have a professor there now, too?
Yeah, he's a professor. Yeah, he runs. He's like in the communication school and stuff.
So, George, what day is your game?
So it's Saturday, but I got to be there on Thursday. So I'm going to have to do a little red-eye action tonight.
Okay.
Got it. And what night are you going to see Lampley?
You know, it's a great point.
Tears.
I mean,
Pizza
I don't know.
tears.
Now I need to know, like, what do you suggest, Cappy? Should I knock on the door on Thursday you and I have a show.
Right.
Friday is the golf event, so I will be off. So you want me to try Friday? Just randomly show up on Friday?
Yeah, and what you do is you go for Shabbat dinner. That's what you do on Friday
it's
night.
also
Is Lampling in the tribe?
He's not in the tribe, but he's married into the tribe.
Oh, so they do have Shabbat dinner at Lampley's house?
I would guess so.
Oh, well, you should go to Shabbat, Bergman, or Shadano.
Okay.
Just a thought, just an idea.
We're just throwing out ideas here.
Johnny I, how's Idaho treating you, man?
Excellent. It's God's country out here, man. I'm sad I have to come home tomorrow.
Really?
Yeah, I'm on the first flight out tomorrow morning, so I can be in studio tomorrow.
And then do you, close up shop for the summer? Or
I have one more week here at the end of September, but I don't know if I'm going to make it back up here. I've got some extenuating circumstances, so this could be it for the summer.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Jeez, I'm so jealous.
Yeah, I'm building a vacation house now, too.
Where at, Mace?
I'm
next door to Johnny I?
Yeah, I'm building it at Hayden Lake. No,
the lot next door to me, Mace, is open.
Oh, really?
For sale. So you could move in if you want to.
And I got news for both of you gentlemen. See, if both of you guys were smart, you both would have listened to me at the beginning of the summer when I told you guys you should join the Great Friends Stable.
Yeah, I know.
I might
Cappy's won 4 races.
He's got a pony now, yeah.
4 races, and 1 already in the Breeders' Cup, and 1 more still coming. We coming, like Coach Prime.
Wait a minute, did you already run in the Breeders' Cup?
No, the Breeders' Cup is in November.
Oh, man, and you are officially in?
Yeah, we had a horse that ran in a race that's a win-and-you're-in race.
Can I just buy into that horse?
Not now.
No.
You missed your chance.
Missed my chance.
But
everybody wants to buy. Now, Cappy, here's an interesting question, though. So this horse, is it a 2-year-old?
3-year-old.
3-year-old. So this horse is like running in the Breeders' Cup.
Right.
If your horse wins, is it a he?
He, yes.
All right. If he wins, do you then try and sell him or do you keep him?
For me, I have learned a long time ago not to get emotionally attached to the athlete. You know, I'm sort of like Les Snead. You know, hey, you don't want to be here anymore? Fine, we'll trade you. You know, hey, you want a lot more money?
Wait, but the horse tells you he doesn't want to be there?
Made you a big offer, you'd be okay with taking it.
Yeah, George, no, the horse has not spoken to me in that way, just so
I
you
was
know.
just going to say, is the horse a malcontent at the point in the stable?
I actually know that horse. I fed it a carrot last summer, right?
Is that right?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, last year as a 2-year-old.
Hey, can I ask you? Okay, so I hope I'm not revealing. I'm just going to read this.
Go ahead.
Great Friend Stables Raging Torrent caught heavily favored the Chosen Vron in mid-stretch and held him off to win the Grade 2 $250,000 Pat O'Brien Stakes Saturday, August the 24th. So where are you going to spend your money? This $250,000 you won?
You don't get. That's the total purse, right? Or did you get all 200? Did your ownership group get all $250,000?
No, the winning group gets 60% of the purse. So Mace, knowing how good you are at math.
Yep.
What is 60% of 250?
About 140, 145, right?
Okay. So then after you get done paying the trainer 10%.
Doug O'Neill.
And the jockey 10%.
Antonio Fresu.
Right. Then you're down to 80% of the 60%, which is probably around 120.
120. Right? Is that divided equally among the great friends partners?
It is divided equally amongst those who have X% in the horse.
Based
so, for example,
on your percentage, right?
Got it.
So in this particular horse, Mace, to be honest with you, we only own 10% of the horse.
Oh, is that right?
Right.
Still, it's better than nothing, Cap.
Right. Exactly.
But you get where's the Breeders' Cup?
Del Mar.
Oh, so you're going to be there?
Well, now we run into a real problem, and perhaps George, you would give me some advice if you don't mind.
Mm-hmm.
So the weekend of the Breeders' Cup is November 1st-ish, and I think that might be a Friday.
Okay.
My daughter turns 18 that weekend, and it is Parents' Weekend at Cal Poly SLO.
Oh, boy.
So on one hand, I've got a horse in the Breeders' Cup, and on the other hand, I've got a 17-year-old turning 18 in college at Parents' Weekend. As of today, where do you think I'm going, George?
I think you're going to the Breeders' Cup.
Okay, we've got a Breeders' Cup from Johnny I.
I think you're going to Cal Poly SLO because this is your youngest child.
Okay, Mace.
I also think you're going to Cal Poly SLO.
And you would be correct. I am going to Cal Poly SLO
Cappy,
with my daughter.
Can I make a suggestion?
Sure.
The Breeders' Cup race is on Saturday, right?
That is correct.
Okay. You go to San Luis Obispo Thursday night. You hang Thursday night, all day Friday night. You detour down to Del Mar to catch the Breeders' Cup race. You go back up to Cal Poly after the race on Saturday night and spend all day Sunday. In essence, you take a hiatus from Parents' Weekend for 6 to 8 hours to catch the race and then go back. Would that work?
It would work brilliantly if, by chance, I could borrow somebody's private jet. So I'm going to ask Stan Kroenke right now.
Yep. Say, can I borrow your PJ? Can I have the keys to the PJ?
And Stan, I'm going to offer you, for the use of the private jet, 1% of our 10% of Raging Thorn.
Oh, really?
That's right.
Yeah, because he needs that money.
No, he doesn't need the money. He just wants the action.
Wait a minute, Cap. Let's do some math here.
Okay.
To drive from our radio station to Cal Poly is 2 hours.
Yeah, I'd say 2.5.
So
yeah.
another 2 to get to Del Mar, conservatively.
All right, let's call it 5 hours.
All right, I would say 4, but Bill, I'll give you that, between 4 and 5. What I am suggesting is that the race, your actual race will be in the afternoon, right?
Presumably.
Okay, you have dinner with your daughter on Friday night. You wake up, you have breakfast with her on Saturday morning, and roughly 10 a.m. you get in your car.
Mm-hmm.
And you arrive 2:30 at Del Mar. You catch the race. You do a little celebrating. You get back in your car, let's say 7 p.m. You're back in Cal Poly at 11:30. You wake up Sunday morning, and you're back into Parents' Weekend.
Wow, that is ambitious.
That's an odyssey.
That is ambitious. I don't know if I got that in me, Johnny.
Maybe you get someone else to go with you. Maybe you get Rachel or somebody to go with you so you can split up the driving, but I think it's doable.
Johnny I, on November 2nd, Saturday, while the horse racing is going on at Del Mar for the Breeders' Cup, Cal Poly will be hosting Montana. That's a big game.
That is a big game. When those two get together,
Montana
throw the
is
record books
actually
out.
a really good FCS
Are they?
team. They are legit one of I think they were either in the championship game or won last year, one or the other.
Cappy, is part of Parents' Weekend that you attend the game?
I believe it is. I'm not sure my daughter feels the same way, but I hope she does.
Well, could your ex be part of that?
Don't involve the ex in anything.
I just don't want your daughter to feel like she's being left alone. Could your ex maybe take the Saturday day shift?
Yeah, I mean, come on.
Johnny I, you might be onto something here.
It's a lot of driving, but hey, how many times
is.
do you have a horse in the Breeders' Cup?
Not that often. Not that often.
Yeah.
It's like, sometimes you hit your second shot from 160 or 170 out, and you land it within 3 feet, and you're like, how often do I have a birdie putt from only 3 feet? I got to knock this thing down. That's kind of the way I feel about the Breeders' Cup. Like, I got to be there for it. And yet, on the other hand, I don't know, man, there's this dad pull that's saying, no, you got to be with your kid, man.
I think you can't. Don't think there's a wrong answer to this. I think if you try and do both, it's a pretty aggressive plan, but I like it. And if you just stay at Parents' Weekend, you're fine. And if you just went for Parents' Weekend for like Thursday night, Friday, Saturday morning, and then came down to the Breeders' Cup and never went back, I think you'd be okay too.
You know, you're actually onto something. And by the way, Mace, you'll love this.
Yes.
Me and Travis Rogers
Mm-hmm.
are both moving our children, who are both incoming freshmen at Cal Poly SLO. We are moving our kids into the dorms on Tuesday, September 17th.
Oh, that is great, man. So you and Trav both doing it?
Yeah, like it's like back to school
Hey, Cappy,
for me and him.
Isn't there a train that runs from San Diego to Santa Barbara?
Yeah, and I believe there's a train that runs from Union Station directly to San Luis Obispo.
That's a possibility for you. That means
Only-
you don't have to do a ton of driving,
Right, that's
and
true.
may save you a little time.
Good point, John.
Shadano,
John,
are
you're
you
good,
going to
man.
continue to chase this rabbit of trying to get Cappy to both Cal Poly SLO and the Breeders' Cup? Is that like one of the main subjects on the show today?
I mean, it possibly could be.
Yeah.
I
I know
we're also
you
gonna
love
have,
you love horse talk.
I know that we're going to have Cooper Kupp on, but maybe not, considering how terrible
No,
the phone
I think
situation
we got
is.
that fixed.
We got it fixed. We
Oh.
we lost McVay and Demoff had trouble. I think it's fixed now. Morales did something, or Bergman did somebody. One of our team of engineers came up with a solution to this.
We have a team of engineers.
team of engineers.
Yeah, Morales
and Bergman. Yeah, that's the team.
Right. Engineering LLC.
Team. Yeah.
What's so explain to me what happened.
Well, we brought Shawn McVey on, and he fell off the line, and then we brought him back, and he said, "Guys, I can't hear anything you're saying. There's an echo coming back to me."
Oh no.
Oh, what's that? Oh, Morales.
We're testing the line again.
Welcome to the show. How are you?
Yeah, I'm not getting any bounce back now. I think it's still working.
I can't even hear him. I can
Morales.
barely hear
I
him.
can't hear.
Yeah.
This is going to be like Cooper Kupp today.
So wait a minute. You can barely hear Morales?
Correct.
Yeah,
now I
barely.
can hear
Yeah.
him faintly,
Like,
but I know he's
all the
there.
three of us
because
are
they're
on Comrade.
because of the
There we
mixed
go.
minus.
There it is.
But now you have to put me in aux, right?
Yeah,
No,
no,
go
you're
ahead.
good. I can
DeAndre?
hear it.
Now we can hear him.
Everybody
Well,
good?
you guys can hear me, but this could cause a mixed minus issue later.
Oh boy.
Oh, boy.
Can you hear him, Shadano and Cap?
I hear Morales now, and so
can.
does John. Yeah.
Okay.
I can't hear Ireland though.
Can you hear me now,
He's
Chris?
just not talking during Supercross talk.
Ah.
Yeah, as you know,
Ireland actually has taken the lead in helping Cappy here during Supercross.
Yes,
so-
I've been more active than usual. Can you hear me now, Chris?
I can hear you. Beautiful.
So Morales,
It's
I
broadcasting 101.
got one last question for you. Thank you for joining us.
Wow.
That's how we roll.
So hopefully we'll have Cooper Kupp and also Sean Cody on the show. So I mean, maybe they can help Cappy with
Yeah,
what he
no,
should do.
Sean Cody, I know is he's got this. He's got the train schedule, so he'll know exactly.
Oh,
how
is
to
that
do
what the
it.
deal is? He doesn't have like a strong opinion about family versus business.
I don't know.
He has the train schedule.
Yeah, he's got the train schedule, which is I think. what's-
Although Cappy, what was the name of the pizza place we went to with Beto? That Sean Cody's like a part owner of, which was incredible.
Yeah, not part. I think he owns the whole damn thing.
Oh, okay,
Really?
well, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went to. Remember that day we were doing that 7-Eleven
Oh yeah,
show
I remember that
with
where,
Andrew Whitworth.
Andrew
Yeah.
Whitworth and
So-
Cappy fixed the Slurpee machine.
So
That's right.
So Beto took us to Sean Cody's pizza place, which was right down the street.
Nice.
It was some of the best pizza I've ever had. It was delicious.
Really?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
really good. I wish I could remember
Where
the
is
name
it?
of the
Where
pizza
is it
place.
located?
Where were we that day?
It's by that 7-Eleven.
Yeah,
It's
there are a
called
lot
Pie
of
Trap
7-Elevens
Pizza.
around town.
Pie Trap Pizza.
Pie Trap Pizza.
Yeah.
Really? That's what it's called? Pie Trap?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is he going to be a regular on the show now?
He is, yeah.
Oh, cool. He's a great guy.
Wait a minute.
You
hold
okay
on.
with that?
What are you holding on?
Didn't I say yesterday that the deal to have Sean Cody is you got to promote the pizza place? You didn't promote it yesterday?
No, I had no idea there was
I
a
thought
pizza
we
place.
had the conversation.
Do it. And does anybody have notes or anything to hand me, or am I just supposed to work off the top of
'Cause
my
you were
head
like-
about?
You were like, we want Sean Cody. I said, well, he's on the afternoon show all year.
Right.
That was
we had
already
him on
agreed
Monday.
upon. I said, well, listen, we'll make something happen. He can be on boat shows, but we got to promote the pizza place.
Yeah, nobody
you didn't
gave-
promote the pizza
nobody
place.
gave me notes about a pizza place. I had no idea there was
How
a
do you
pizza
not
place.
promote the pizza place?
Because did you hand me anything that
First
says
McVay
pizza
hangs
place
up on
in the
you,
name?
and now
McVay
no
did
Sean
not
Cody
hang
pizza.
up on me.
Now no Sean Cody pizza place.
Hey, tell me
Pie
about
Trap
your pizza
in
place.
Covina. Covina, that's where it's at, Mace.
Yeah, 720 Arrow Highway.
He's a
in
local
Covina.
boy.
I know.
From Whittier, went to Los Altos High.
I worked with the guy. I know.
When did you work with him?
He was part of the pregame show. What are you talking about?
I can't believe you didn't. I cannot. Now
Okay.
we're going to have to run bonus spots for Pie Trap Pizza, and you're going to voice them.
Okay.
And no endorsement fee.
So
no endorsement
okay,
fee.
hang on a second. On another note,